Welcome, one and all. EDF! 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 It's time to fix bayonets and gank some insect scum. Actually, aren't they like reptilian in this or some shit?
Well, I don't know.
No.
It's a new
really?
one. It's a new one.
We're being attacked by space Pelosi's.
Yes.
Excellent. Oh, I forgot the audio's down. There we go. Check that shit out.
Yeah. How we doing tonight, folks?
Yeah, how the fuck are you, gang? Gonna have some Friday night weebin', shall we? Shall we? Autosave feature. Okay, so I have not played 1 minute of this. I actually just downloaded the game. Oh, yes.
Enter your call sign.
You better believe it. Ooh! Nice!
It's not the name you want, it's the name we deserve.
Right. And
Two
we want
players,
2 players.
split screen.
Split screen mode.
Press
Circle button. Uru. Uru. Circle.
Woo! Look at me.
Ikimasu.
We've got no fucking equipment or anything, so we might as well just start. But before we do, we have to get to our...
Whoa, Fencer got an upgrade. Or is that a downgrade? He kind of doesn't have armor.
Well, see, we're not... I don't want to spoil anything.
There's upgrades.
We'll see, we'll see.
We'll see if there's upgrades. I can see the... I can
do?
see the level 0 shit there. Stop being cute.
All right, hold on. We have to get
Cagey little cunt.
to our... Where is it? There we are. To our lovely viewers.
And the rest of them.
Yeah, and the rest of them.
And the vast majority of them.
Crusader Saracen says, won't
Who's
be able...
your daddy, and what does he do?
Didn't say that. He said, won't be able to make it to the stream tonight. Goddamn grave shift. So I just want to
What
ask,
a fagaloon.
what's this about BuzzFeed and Moscow Tower? Did they really impeach Nixon for this? I don't even know what's going on anymore. But apparently Drumpf is finished.
No, apparently, bro, I don't know if you've been on Twitter. Mueller already came out and discredited the entire report. It hasn't even been out for 2 days. Mueller, of
Who's
all
your
people.
daddy, and what does he do?
What in the fuck? Is that broken or something?
I don't know.
Mueller, of all people, just discredited the entire report. So it's nothing. It's not just nothing burger. It's now proven nothing burger. So,
Step on toes. Step on necks.
I step on necks.
Next.
So yeah, that's what's going on. And I hate to break it, like even... I forget what the particulars of the BuzzFeed article were, but even before that, they were trying to push the, he was going to open a tower in Moscow, which didn't even involve Putin at all. There was talk that he was thinking about opening up a Trump tower in Moscow. Now, this was when he was not even running for president, right? I know, it's crazy, a fucking real estate developer building shit. But, that apparently is where the sort of report emanates originally. I'm not sure. I think there's some truth to him exploring that because Moscow is one of the largest real estate markets in the world, but Putin has nothing to do with that. A real estate developer building a fucking building in a huge real estate market. I mean, what the fuck? They got a fucking Trump Tower in pretty much every city on planet Earth. Like, what the fuck? They tried to build one here, and our city was... Downtown fucking Snobsdale had kittens about it, so he wound up getting run out of town. That was years ago.
Very good, DEF CON. Trolling ensures citizenship.
Indeed.
And our next one comes from Schnick, who says, Tonka BTFO Bigley.
Yeah, he's having a good couple of days.
Dustin Eaton.
And thanks for randomly calling me out, you fucking soy-soaked cunt.
Yeah. Dustin Eaton says, funny how things have been working out over the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
Pelosi finds out what it's like to try and troll the king of trolls, and Mueller basically says...
Did you read that, dude?
No, what?
Did you read that shit? Fucking Trump, I think it was yesterday or the day before. She had planned a trip to, where was it? Afghanistan.
Oh, yeah. The letter. I actually did read the letter. It's great.
And Trump says, I regret to inform you that due to the government being shut down, you will not be able to take your regularly scheduled trip. And here's the fucking kicker. Here's the chaser. He sends her this letter as she's, like, on the tarmac. She's, like, on her way to the fucking airport.
Nice.
She's like, ready to take off. He's like, I'm sorry, we regret to inform you that you're a tight-faced fucking cunt.
I love the part at the end where he says, you can still fly commercially if you want to.
If you'd like to ride coach with the rest of the plebs.
King of Trolls. And Mueller basically says BuzzFeed is full of shit.
Yep, he came right out and discredited the entire report, so it's over. Exeunt.
The last...
You know what might help here, actually? Hold on.
What?
That we should probably do. One of these. Kind of picture-in-picture thingamabob.
Oh, yeah, that one.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
Oh. Good idea. It's, Look at you.
There we go. Sorry, I was just setting up your guys' chat so he can read your autism.
Yep. Let's see. Where did I go? The last says Sabaton Mythos. Thanks. Dustin Eaton donates.
1776 will commence again.
Yes, he just read binary, folks.
Dustin
Beep,
Eaton.
beep, boop. He is... Terengel is a Russian bot confirmed.
Dustin Eaton says, any chance we see WM 2000 or...
Ooh, I would love...
No Mercy
Dude, we need to play WrestleMania 2000 on a stream.
We have, an old capture card, don't we? That'll fit that?
Yeah, but it doesn't... I don't think it is red. Oh, right. We can't capture audio with it, is the problem.
Oh.
Yeah, we can't capture audio with it on the stream. So we'd probably have to use an emulator.
Yeah, probably.
Which we could do. It wouldn't be a problem.
Or No Mercy in future RF Arcade, maybe.
Definitely. I would love to do WrestleMania 2000. Will you do... Actually, can you do Tag Team Career Mode on that? I can't even remember.
I don't recall.
Because Road to WrestleMania mode in WrestleMania 2000 is like the most goddamn difficult. Oh my god. I'm going to tell you a story now.
Here we go.
The only time, oh my god, I'll never forget this. I was wrestling as Kane, I think. I think I was playing as Kane. And my tag team partner was X-Pac. And we came up against Undertaker and the Big Show, I want to say.
X-Pac immediately blows his ass out.
And it was... and then films a sex tape and blames his wife for it, and then they refuse to induct her in the Hall of Fame for it. Anyways, but, yeah, so... I was being, like, jungled in every hole by fucking Undertaker and Big Show. I must have tried 20 fucking times. The only time in my life, in my defense, I'm a fucking preteen. I literally ripped the cartridge out of the N64 and threw it on the ground and stepped on it. I was so mad. I admit I lost control for a moment. We've all had those dark moments, folks. If you'd like to engage in the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, tell us your stories of ripping cartridges out of consoles and throwing them against the goddamn wall. Incidentally, the only other time I did that, Samurai Showdown for SNES. That fucking game. Amakusa, you son of a bitch. You daughter of a bitch. Whatever the fuck you are.
Eater of Pie says, hey, Razor, do you like Tom Waits?
No.
Okay. Also, do you prefer Human Revolution or Mankind Divided?
Shit. Oh, fuck.
If only they
You know
mixed
what?
the two.
They are so different, I almost can't compare them. The approach is totally different. Human Revolution is much more in the vein of classic Deus Ex in the sense that you jet set from one location to the other. You get new hubs in every area. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is very interesting and kind of an experimental idea. It's kind of a realization of the Warren Spector idea of making a game that's like the one-block RPG. And so the game is kind of over a city block. They give you some other areas to explore over the course of the game, but for the most part, it takes place in Prague. And they realize that. Warren Spector's famous quote is, most games are a mile wide and an inch deep. He wanted to make the game that was an inch wide and a mile deep, right? That was the idea. And Mankind Divided is probably about the closest we've come to that in terms of a hybrid RPG like that. So it's kind of hard to compare. I think of the two approaches, honestly, I think I prefer Mankind Divided's approach a little bit, just because of the depth of detail and the density with which there are side quests and just shit to do. You never run out of shit to do in that game.
I really want them to just combine them. I want that
Yeah.
depth with more areas. I want to go to different places.
Yeah. If Cyberpunk 2077 manages to pull that off, it doesn't even look like they're going to try to, but if they did, that'd be one of the best RPGs ever made right there.
And he concludes, Godspeed. Well, thank you, sir. Peter Griffin says, I did not care for The Godfather.
It insists upon itself.
Gravedigger says, I was wondering if Terengel has ever heard of the band called Sabaton. Also, would you debate Crowder on the Michael Jackson allegations?
Happily.
Well,
He knows I would be respectful about it too. But yeah, I patently disagree. Although I think he was just more or less doing a bit.
yeah.
I don't think he was like trying to make any definitive statements one way or another. I think he was mostly just doing a bit, which is fine. Like all kinds of people have done.
Yeah, I mean, it's jokes, man.
Yeah. It's yucks,
That
folks.
was Gravedigger.
That's why I have to laugh all the people responding to my most recent rant with, you're so triggered. Why are right-wingers so triggered? It's like, motherfucker, you listen to...
Daddy, and what does he
You
do?
listen to 5 minutes of unremitting dick and pussy jokes, and you think I'm triggered. You don't think it's just a comedy routine. Okay. Like, if fucking George Carlin goes off for 20 minutes about, dick piercings, is he fucking triggered by it, or is he doing a bit?
James Bursey says, Masters of the Universe, IRL. Trump versus Skelpelosi. Knickers says, I want to hear the name Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma!
Oh no, when I hear the name Yo-Yo Ma, I can only imagine Bronson saying it like, Yo-Yo Ma.
Yo-Yo Ma.
How about some cookies?
No dice.
Hawaiian pizza is communism? I think that's what he means.
It is.
The ham
It's
is...
a crime against food.
Oh, no. Hawaiian pizza is communion. The ham is the body, the pineapple is the blood.
Ugh.
I say they are heathens in the world of pizza.
Yes. Good man.
Burbank says, there's a reason why Trump is called Teflon Don.
There is. How did he fucking spin that around on Pelosi? I mean, he took every ounce of negativity that's been leveled his way over the shutdown and just jeted it right back into their court. It was
Right.
crazy. He's done that consistently. It's nuts.
That's just
More of that, please, Don.
A few more here. Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, thoughts on the band The Sword.
I like them okay. They're not one of my favorites or anything, but I like them okay. I like how their default color is like pussy purple, like Barney purple.
Shit says, sup you cracker ass peckerwood honky redneck wiggas. Not that anyone here cares for
That just look
football.
like Racer X. What is this?
Cares for football, but go Chiefs. Did anyone else notice that Christina Blasey Ford
Went the fuck away after she had no more utility to left? Yes, I did notice that.
was shoving her chin into her other chins in order to fake a sad, croaky voice.
Yeah, that was pretty ridiculous. I did notice that, yeah.
James Bursey donates again and says, "No, you like Sekiro?
Huh?
Cicero? Sekiro? I don't know. But
Cicero.
Cicero, sorry, goddamn.
Read some books, my man.
Fuck you. But have you read about G.J. Caesar rap battling Cicero's poem?"
No, I haven't.
Debonair Nerd says, "Gillette have lost me as a customer. I think they've lost us all.
Yeah.
Any chance of some RazörFist merchandise razors?" Ooh.
I'd have to hook up with a razor company. That'd be fucking...
Dollar Shave Club.
That is an obvious tie-in. That's funny. Although, that'd be all I need. You know, one of the first things would happen is some emo kid would slash their wrists, and then I'd be blamed for it. You know that'd be the first fucking thing.
I also want some T-Boogie ice cream to replace Ben & Jerry's. I would coat mine with super male vitality. Wow, that's
Call that cookies and cream pie.
really well timed. And am I caught up here? Barack Obama versus Ronald Reagan says, "Damn you, Tara, and you pronounce the word Raiden like some weeaboo Kojima fan.
Yup.
Be Mortal Kombat or be nothing."
Like some
Raiden.
weeaboo.
Speaking of which, did you see the new Mortal Kombat trailers? Oh yeah, I know Maximilian Dude had a lot of gameplay.
And Baraka's in it.
Yeah, Baraka.
Which is all I give a shit about. The roster on the last game was so fucking weak. So it's good to see they're addressing that. There's more variety in the players. That's all they really needed to address. You know, it's kind of like... I feel like Soul Calibur's fallen into this syndrome a little bit, where every game... They are thinking so hard about, like, what they're gonna do. They never really stop to think, hey, you know, from game to game, is this getting, like... Are we settling into a groove so that every game kind of has its own base that we can build off of? Soul Calibur changes up the gameplay too much, changes up the roster too much between games, and Mortal Kombat on the last game kind of fell into that syndrome, sadly. So, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, I should probably do one more just so we're at least the 20-minute mark here.
Do we have subtitles on? Is
Check
there
real quick.
subtitles?
Probably? I don't know. Goys in the Hood says, "Is Razor currently nurgling Terran's snurds?"
I don't know what that means at all.
She should change her name to Alexandria Bonifa Latifa Halifa Jackson. She ain't got no ass. She ain't real Latina. Both favorite steakhouse and steak. Ooh.
I haven't been to a lot of steakhouses. Bill Johnson's Big Apple out here. Monty's Steakhouse here in Phoenix is pretty good, although I got some wicked food poisoning from them one time. Wicked. But I didn't get it, crucially, I did not get it from the steak. I got it from the grilled chicken. I decided to try their grilled chicken one night. Bad move.
Yeah, I think I've only ever been to a Black Angus.
Yeah.
And,
he's been in a lot of Black Anuses.
Yeah, very funny. And the, I had it and I just forgot it. The, Porterhouse? Is that what it's called?
He was distracted by Black Anus.
Yes, what it was. And, we'll leave it there for now. Let's play.
Alrighty.
Oh, I turned down the music. We're gonna...
What?
Voices can be up, but we should really turn down the music. It gets a little loud.
Okay, but you need to actually back out here. Okay. Let's go, where is the music? There we go. Sweet. Although there's a good soundtrack.
Well, there is, but we want to hear that amazing voice acting.
Okay! Now that I am dressed like the crossing guard of doom, let's do this. Are you the class you want?
Yeah, I like Trooper.
Okay. You look like a member of Magnum Force, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm security.
You heroes killed 50 people this last week.
Why don't you read that to us in your dulcet tones?
What's that?
The mission brief.
Oh. Today, you're assigned to Base 228. After arrival, please follow the staff's instruction and confirm your duties.
Duties.
I am prepared to perform my duties. The base will open up to the public this afternoon. EDF has been putting great efforts in building a better relationship with the neighborhood over the years. Community organizing. A large number of visitors are expected. Security and safety will be your primary concern. But fuck that shit, the government's shut down. Let's go. Is normal?
Normal's fine.
Is there a big
We'll be fine.
difference? Okay.
Yeah.
Crossing Guard of Doom!
Shall we start? Our job today is to move cargo. We're gonna move the cargo from the basement to the ground floor. What you're wearing is a powered exoskeleton. It has great strength, so you can move the cargo all by yourself.
I'm a
I heard
big
it was
boy.
developed for military use and has the same power output as
Okay, so really, there is no...
a tank.
What the fuck? What
You're
happened?
on the fucking emote menu,
How? How'd I do that?
left and right. You want to hit left to.
Gotcha. Interesting. Okay.
Nice. Nice.
Alright, I got my robot suit going on. Push right to change direction. Okay. Alright. Boy, he's got some weight to him. He's big boned.
You passed.
You passed the moving test.
I'll show you the way. Follow me. Keep up. The bottom of the base is huge. It's easy to get lost.
Bottom of my base is huge.
Thick, like a can of tuna.
More like a Pringles can, really.
Don't worry, it's fine.
People screaming monsters over the fucking radio. Don't worry, it's fine.
Oh!
What happened?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
We'll return to normal soon.
You have come down with a case of socialism. You dash? Can I do a dash? No, not yet.
I'm opening the gate now.
Now, Dark Funeral assures me this will result in Satan.
This way. Watch out for incoming vehicles. A powered exoskeleton hits like a truck. You don't want to get in their way.
Answer me. What happened? He was eaten. George was eaten.
Eaten!
Don't worry. Soldiers love making jokes like these.
Yeah, it's just jokes. It's
Watch out for the
nothing.
tanks. This is a vehicle-only lane. Don't get in. Again? Something wrong with the circuit? Just switch on the light and it'll be fine.
Alright. It automatically turned on the light, which doesn't help me. Oh my god, there are mechs!
Of course there are mechs. What game do you think you're playing?
They're right.
Powered exoskeletons are coming. Watch out.
Living tissue of a metal endoskeleton.
This base is too large. for
Nice!
Looks like it's designed for military vehicles.
Metal Gear? Well, he looks like he's happy to see me. Hello!
Take a turn here.
The John Holmes model of mech.
Emergency alert! Emergency alert! This is not a drill. Repeat, this is not a drill.
Of course it's not, it's an exosuit.
Maybe something did happen.
Wah, wah.
You know, am I dressed like Hydrobot?
No need to be
Is that what's...
Maybe.
Hydrobot! We're to take it to the next level! You know,
I'm sure everything's fine.
could do something.
No.
Fire!
It's too huge!
It's too huge!
Try spitting on it.
Get some KY going. I can't do anything.
We don't have guns.
Oh, this is bullshit. This really is Japan.
They aren't surviving dinosaurs, are they?
You okay, buddy? You alright? Huh?
Are giant ants surviving dinosaurs? Is that what you really asked, asshat?
Come, I'll give you a weapon.
No. What?
Damn it, there was an arbor thing there.
Okay.
This is an emergency. The base is being attacked by monsters.
Quick, let's pause for training.
Where they are and how many there are, and we don't know how they infiltrated us. We can't make contact with the ground. We are isolated.
You see that,
Before the
right?
reinforcements arrive, we are on
What,
our
the
own.
boat? The robot?
That is why I'm
Yeah.
arming
Of
you.
course.
As soldiers, and it's our duty to protect civilians. Although I would like to guarantee your safety, I can't make that promise as long as the identity of the enemy is unknown.
Plus, I
Use your
kinda
weapon to
don't give a
protect
shit.
yourself if you're in danger. Now I'm going to teach you how to use it.
Okay. It's a big, beautiful mech. You're gonna be so proud of your mech. Alright. My Gatling. Aha! Alright, okay.
That's right.
Oh, is it? Okay.
This is a tutorial for you, by the way.
That's it.
You're gonna end up in Japanese hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
I think we are in Japanese hell. Come on. Oh, I see.
You got talent.
Whoa! Oh, I forgot about this thing.
Pile driver.
Right. Oh, come on. Boom! Right in the dick. Aww. Whoa! Woohoo!
Not bad.
What is that?
Guess now you won't get in your own way. Good. Come
What?
with me.
Right in the dick! Right in the robot dick!
Looks like we have to take a detour. I see. I can unlock the blast doors, and then everyone can escape.
Up with the blast doors! Up with the blast doors! Let's go! I have Robo Crossing Guard powers now.
I'll take the lead. You guys watch my back and stay close.
I'm sure you won't die.
Hey, civilian. We might be running into some monsters. Take care of yourself. Got it?
Whatever you say. Oh, sweet!
Yay!
Okay, so now we get a proper mission. Mission complete!
Let's do a few more here. Where did I leave off?
After a tutorial? No. Let's get into a mission.
Oh, alright, fine.
Why don't you gyp these people? Okay, did I pick up anything?
No, we didn't pick up any weapons.
Okay. Alright, let's do it.
Begin mission.
I'm like Robob the Builder.
Oh, you didn't read the mission briefing.
What? The monsters came from nowhere, and you don't know if there are more of them lurking in the dark. Didn't we just walk into the light? And to make it worse, we can't make contact with the ground. We're stranded at the bottom of the base. But we can't sit around waiting. We must find the rest of our comrades and escape. Thank you, Trotsky. I will protect you, civilian, but I don't know what will happen. If we're in bad luck, we're going to fight the monsters. Get prepared for battle. All right.
RazörFist yellow vest confirmed.
Yeah.
I should change mine to yellow just for solidarity.
I am Robo Yellow Vest.
This is an emergency. You have to join the fight too, civilian.
If you don't fight,
And we are fighting giant frogs. I just realized that this game it's a game where yellow vests repel an invasion by space Macrons.
My God.
Don't say that. We'll do our best to protect you.
I'm gonna level with you. Our best really isn't good enough.
Try to hold it together. Aim at the enemy, then pull the trigger. Easy, huh?
And your hands can't be shaking. The elevator is this way.
Rocket launcher.
Yes!
Boom!
Starting up the shield.
Here we are. Unlock the blast door.
Open the blast door. Open the blast door.
Monsters! They're attacking our men.
Attack the monsters!
Hey, there are too many!
Save us!
Never say there's too many of them. Have you not watched Return of the Jedi, asshole?
How can they be so big?
Kill them all. Kill the invaders. Remove Ant.
Build a space wall.
Yes, we need a space wall.
Here we go. This is what we get for defunding space ice.
Everyone else is dead.
Everyone else is dead.
What on earth happened?
Let's escape from underground. Head to the elevator.
See, if you put up a wall, they just tunnel under.
They're all destroyed.
This route doesn't work. Let's head back.
The ants have a drug tunnel.
Since we can't use the elevator, there's a passage for AFVs. Let's go through that passage to the surface.
Indeed.
Open the blast door now. Back off.
Brrr!
Take the pathway for AFVs. Beware of the slope.
I think I'm surrounded by slopes.
Duh.
What? That's not incorrect.
Trick up our sleeve. There should be a powered exoskeleton hangar on the floor above.
Let's move to the hangar, quickly.
As long as we have powered exoskeletons, we won't lose to those monsters.
Whoa.
Monsters!
Yep.
Oh!
Go in for backup.
I wonder if this ant hits on underage girls too.
Please hit the ground. We're surrounded.
They're flanking us.
We have to fight for survival. Let's do it.
Oh, here we go. Yeah! I turned into Little John for a second there. Yeah! Boop, boop. Yeah! I fucking love this game. Yes!
You seem to have some talent.
You seem to have some talent at holding down one button.
Let's go. Follow me.
Trust me, later you requires talent.
There should be powered exoskeletons in the hangar. Do you mean the robot-like things?
Can anyone operate a powered exoskeleton?
How long have you worked here?
I know.
Leave it to me. This is it.
I haven't been here an hour, and I know what he's talking about.
Whoa!
Those creatures ate their way through the wall to get in.
Oh!
Damn it. The powered exoskeletons have been destroyed.
We call the space Orkin man. Remember how badass those Orkin advertisements were back in the day?
You've got to be kidding me. I don't want to die like that.
All right. Okay, that's it. Gatling gun time. Actually, it's actually a law when you use a Gatling gun. What is the rule of Rageaholic Cinema?
Like there's no functioning powered exoskeleton.
Gotta scream like Rambo.
Boop!
Forget it. Let's get out of here. Follow me.
Man down! Man down!
All right.
I'm sure they're all peaceful, right? No, no. I'm pretty sure they're not.
They're just coming here for a better life.
What? Just let them in, bigot.
We need Aunt DACA.
They're just dreamers.
Giant space ants have the spark of divinity too.
I might believe that over the whole MS-13.
Oh shit! Space ant acid blood. There we go. I totally just ganked that right from under your nose. Get weapon.
The monsters are crawling all over the place.
Team will definitely come.
This way! Follow me!
Okay.
Is there escape from a zoo or something?
This is weird. We're talking about a horror.
What kind of fucking zoos do you go to, pal?
Notice the thing before the shit hit the fan?
Maybe they were hiding somewhere.
It's the government.
I'll give you something good later.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Okay, reload, 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 reload! God damn it, Gatling gun! Fucking thing! Fucking thing sucks! It's got no words on it!
EDF. What does that even mean?
Handle yourself pretty well back there for a civilian.
To blast hole spear us out. What does that mean?
Democrant. You had to workshop it, but I give you points for it.
Keep moving forward!
Alright, here we go. I want a goddamn blast door.
Behind this blast door, there might be monsters.
There's a whole lot of heckin' frick.
I'm opening the blast door now.
Hold on, Sergeant. I need some mental preparation.
I fucking love this game.
Ready?
Oh, if you don't own this game, if you did not give money to this studio, you are doing it wrong.
What the? Man, that was scary.
We need more of this. Good grief.
Move on.
I never thought the base.
Rocket launcher.
Boom.
Pow!
We got some things to read after this.
Launcher. Yeah, after this.
The rescue team will be here soon. They must be standing by on the ground surface now.
Did he just... They're standing by on the ground surface? Did I hear that right?
No,
My mistake.
I'm just being difficult.
Why isn't there any response from the ground?
So, it's a day that ends in Y?
Yeah.
You're beginning to irritate.
Thank you, Chuck. Thank you.
Good timing.
The rescue team must be waiting on the surface. We'll be safe once we get out from here.
You know, this is all going well. But is this really the best a man can be? Is killing space ants with a giant blast hole spear? Is this really all the best a man can be?
Can you guys actually hear the dialogue? That's kind of important. I want to know.
That's ridiculous.
Nothing's more terrifying than an army of monstrous living creatures.
I read about this in a sci-fi novel. In the story, a bunch of rats got into a spaceship. They kept multiplying, and they ended up eating all the foods.
Novel was called Space Mexicans.
Reproduce.
Hey, wait a minute.
Ants will be ants. Yeah.
There will be more monsters?
Give us instructions.
Let's hang out tonight, everyone.
You can't hear it, but it's low. Okay.
The best in
It could be louder. All right. Can we?
You just need to turn up the audio there.
Oh yeah. I actually, yeah, I can do it.
You just need
Here, I got it.
It's likely
Pump
that
up
there
the
are monsters
jam.
on the other side.
I see.
while your feet are thumping.
But this is the only route.
Yeah, that should be better,
I think
guys.
Terrangell's gonna get his booty on the floor tonight.
Well, yeah. There we go. Don't want to lose the donations. There we go.
Yes, sir.
The sensor shows something.
Whoa! That's not.
Nothing to fear. Exterminate them all.
Someone got killed. You monster.
Oh!
Calm down. Keep it together.
Can't take it
Holy Jesus!
Wildest dreams. I'll be fighting monsters.
Come on. Come on, there we go. Blast hole spear is no joke, despite its phallic nomenclature.
Whoa!
Ooh. Oh! So we're basically Space Dale Gribbles.
He would be so good at this job.
We'll be fine once we get back to the surface.
You're wrong.
Okay.
Being a soldier is my duty.
This is the exit. We can meet up with
My
our
dude.
unit.
When you add your son's
We'll be safe once we are on the surface. Now, move it.
Come on, Mega Man, dash the fuck out of here.
Hey, civilian. That was quite impressive.
after we get out, visit the army recruiter.
In fairness, I did have a giant robot suit.
Civilian, we're safe now.
Woohoo! All right. That's more like it. We have removed Ant.
Very cool.
What
What'd
all did we get? Ooh! Grenade launcher.
I got one fucking
Vibro
thing.
hammer, my favorite.
I'm sorry, it's a back massager.
Indeed. It's more of a shower massager.
Just in case the music is up too high, I'm gonna turn
Uh,
this down just a bit, and we'll get to your questions. Right off the
Oh,
bat.
don't turn it down. We turned the music way down, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Turn it back up. Fine. All
See,
right.
when I do a job, it stays done.
We had a couple of big ones come in. James Bursey donated 100. God damn, sir. Thank you. Take this money and buy Divinity Original Sin and Divinity Original Sin 2. If you like, make a video for this throbbing middle market monster. Daisy Ridley's 5-head. Snake Plissken is my spirit animal. Deus Ex Phallusus upgraded. She never asked for this. Re-elect Sol Star.
Yes!
Die Weibo. Thank you very much. That's incredibly generous.
Re-elect Sol Star.
And on the same level is Pro Dover, who donates 100 and says, Godspeed, Razor and Terran. I'm celebrating
Godspeed, Goyam.
10 years at my company and 20 years in the game industry. Oh, game industry, okay. I would love to show you the aviators my awesome boss is getting me.
Nice.
I also finished my taxes. And Razor, thank you for taking time to read my thread. Really appreciated.
No problemo.
Very, very generous, guys. Thank you both.
Yeah, very, very generous. Thank you, guys.
Let's catch up with the other donations that we got.
Deflection shield, ion mirror shield. Maybe called the CNN shield. Or
Deflection. Very, very nice. Very good.
Light mortar.
Terrangel says, Noob Cybot is so badass that his shadow can whoop you. Jeff Pilson voiced...
In which one?
Let's just
I've
say
never really played as Noob Saibot.
Jeff Pilson voiced Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat 9.
I know this.
Just so you know, Good Day, Boogie Smalls, and...
You know who else is a big-time voice actor?
Notorious R.A.Z.
Who else is a big-time voice actor is Mark Slaughter. Mark Slaughter's done a shitload of cartoon voice work. Go look it up.
Paul Adu says, Oy vey, Goyim. This is the last straw. You said 9 p.m. Now it's 9:05. As a result, I will be charging you 3 shekel, plus tax for every extra minute. Markod says, who else loves Donald Trump for being the shit poster in chief?
Dear God.
I love it. I love my favorite so far is the one that says it's Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren's her announcing that she's gonna run in 2020, and he put the 1 in front of it. You remember that? 2020th.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that was really good.
No, my favorite thing in the world about that whole situation was when Donald Trump said, after she released her DNA results, so Donald Trump's reaction was, I can't make the Pocahontas joke anymore because she's not Native American. I can't even... This motherfucker!
I just wanted someone who'd stand his ground, and I get a troll extraordinaire pulling Pelosi's flight as a negotiating tactic. Very nice. Samuel Steingart says, Maeve Razor and T-Goose. Trump has been kidnapped... Maverazer, sorry. Trump has been kidnapped by Gillette's soy boys. Are you bad enough, dudes, to save the president?
Remember Sally when I promised to kill you last?
I lied. I'm warning you, Sally. This is my weak arm.
Wait, where did I leave off? There it is. Uzi Patrol says, Excelsior, Razor Sana, and Mr. TG. When Gillette's gonna become...
Did you just assume his gender?
No. When Gillette's gonna become the Dollar Dildo Club... Oh, that was a question. When's Gillette gonna become the Dollar Dildo Club?
I think they just did.
Godspeed,
Anybody
gents.
remember when men were too busy having balls to shave them? I don't get that whole thing. A lot of people were hitting me back with after my fucking rant with, why are you calling attention to it? You're playing into their hands. And admittedly, when it first happened, I said to myself, they're going after that Nike dollar. You remember when the Nike controversy happened with Colin Kaepernick? And then the story came out the next day. Oh, Nike, after the controversy, they see a big spike in online sales. Which I immediately smelled a fucking rat, because online sales, anyone can buy a fucking shoe and then just cancel it, right? It could be artificial. And I think it was. I think a bunch of fucking lefties bought a bunch of Nike shoes and then canceled them afterward just to make it look like Nike had a huge surge of support, personally. Because right after that, it came out that Nike had a huge reversal in their profits. It was right immediately after that they fucking tanked. So I thought to myself, yeah, they're probably going after the Nike dollar, but the problem is, the Nike advertisement had a fucking Nike logo in it. It had a fucking athlete in it. It was actually advertising shoes in a roundabout way. The Gillette advertisement, they don't even mention goddamn razors. They don't even talk about shaving. So how does me making a fucking rant about it call attention to it? Because even if I'm calling attention to that advertisement, the advertisement isn't calling attention to Gillette razors. So they're not making any fucking money off it. It's just a pure virtue signal. So, blow me.
Godspeed, gents. Thank you very much. Nitro Java says, I love Trump this week. He was channeling Starwolf. I can't let you do that, Nancy.
Andross's enemy is my enemy.
John Horn donates 20. Thank you very much. Took your advice and read The Lost World. It definitely reads less like a book report, and thankfully, the whole perils of unregulated capitalism message takes a back seat to an interesting story.
Yeah, it's a very, very good book. I think it's the best of the Jurassic Park novels that Crichton wrote. And I love the movie, too. I like the movie adaptation a lot. It's my favorite Jurassic Park film.
Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, most overrated RPG series, ? Oh, that's gotta be Final Fantasy.
Oh, well, we're talking overrated. Overrated. I mean, maybe Witcher, just because I don't think it's so much of an RPG. It's really more of a hack and slash kind of adventure game with some light RPG elements.
Yeah,
Maybe that, just because I don't think it qualifies as an RPG. The first one, I think, is an RPG. And the second one still has a fair amount of RPG elements, though it's arcing toward more of a hack and slash adventure waifu simulator. By the third one, it was just a big open world fucking
hack and
adventure,
slash,
hack and slash, choose your own adventure kind of thing. So, maybe that, I don't know. As far as overrated, though, you almost have to pick out individual titles, you know, like...
Ooh, Skyrim, that's a good one.
Ugh, big time. And Skyrim has a lot of the same flaws as...
Not as a whole series, but just Skyrim by itself, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Megatron95 says, hey, RazörFist, who do you think does the best portrayal of the Punisher? Dolph Lundgren, Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, or John Barenthal? Ray Stevenson.
Yeah, definitely for me, Ray Stevenson.
Yeah. I mean, he looks like the Punisher.
He looks like the Punisher. He's a fucking trained stage actor. He got the pathos down.
Yeah.
His movie's good.
Yeah,
It's the best Punisher movie, definitely. He was excellent. He could have been in that Netflix show fucking easy. I actually kind of don't know why they didn't ask him to. I think if they had, he probably wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think he was awesome in Rome. He was great. He was pretty good in the Thor movies. But, yeah, he was fucking superb in Punisher Warzone. So, yeah, he'd be my choice. Bernthal's great, though, as an actor.
As an actor, yeah.
Physically, what the fuck?
He's kind of small.
Oh, man, he's a fucking micro man.
Yeah.
Like, it's hilarious having him talk to a tall guy and call him micro.
Right,
Like, what the fuck? You're like, what? You're a goddamn lawn gnome. I feel like you should be pushing a wheelbarrow in my grandma's garden.
Gibbs Me Dat Shit says, steroids work better than antidepressants at curing depression. The lesson is, stop being soy. Your mama so stupid, she has to look at her breasts to count to 2.
Are we telling Yo Mama jokes?
What's the difference between Terran's penis and his jokes? No one laughs at his jokes. Love you too. War Game says, what do you call a Japanese protest? A situation. Very nice. Lord Squirrel Show says, time to kill some bugs. Are you guys fans of the Lord of the Rings films? And if you are, what is your favorite out of the 3?
Out of which?
The original Lord of the Rings films.
Oh! My favorite is the Two Towers of the originals.
You know, yeah. Yeah. It's mine too.
And I love Fellowship of the Ring. And I love Return of the King. I love all 3 of them, I have to say. I think all those movies are excellent.
Yeah.
But Return of the King suffers a little bit because of the fact that they didn't put the Shelob stuff where it should have been.
Right.
It should have. I don't know why they did that. They tried to cram the Shelob giant spider shit into a movie that already had a bunch of battles and action, and so the whole movie kind of comes down with battle fatigue, like halfway through.
Right.
Whereas I think the Two Towers had a great build. I love the Rohan stuff. They nailed Rohan. They absolutely nailed Rohan. What's Her Schnoz was really good as Eowyn. Carl Urban was there, because Carl Urban's just kind of always there.
I like the casting for Galadriel. She's really cool.
Fucking Wormtongue is amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's...
Brad Dourif.
Dude, the man is an amazing actor, and he does not get enough credit.
Kills it.
Yeah. Alex...
Sorry, I was looking up Yo Mama jokes so I could reply to that guy.
Oh, God.
Yo Mama's so fat when she has sex, she has to give directions. All right.
I don't want
fucking love Yo Mama jokes.
Let's not be an hour behind here. Let me at least try to catch up here.
Oh, my God.
Alex Van Kirk says, hey, Razor, hope your 2019 has been good so far. What advice would you give to someone who wants to start a Mythos-esque series?
Make your own series. Don't make a Mythos-esque series. Just do your own shit.
Yeah, be creative. Don't never...
Do your own thing. Look, nobody was doing Mythos when I did it. Nobody was doing long-form discography reviews at the time. Nobody. The closest thing to it was this DVD series, which was an inspiration, admittedly, called... What is it? Inside... They've done a series of DVDs. It's like Inside Rainbow, Inside Motorhead. Sounds like a porn series, but it's honestly it's just complete career discography reviews. They get a bunch of critics and talk about it, and they have interview clips, and they'll zoom in on the album cover. It's very Mythos-esque, and I took a lot from that. But the thing that really created Mythos was a video, and you can actually look it up. I have the top comment on it, from 2012. Contrary to what some talentless cunts on YouTube say, that I was inspired by Ralph Vieira because of a comment from 2013 on one of his videos. I have the top comment on a video on Judas Priest's official channel from 2012 called Judas Priest: The Complete Albums, where they go over their entire discography and they talk about each album in sequence. You can go look at it. It's a cool video, but it pissed me off because the band themselves were reviewing basically their own discography. And every time they did it, they would show the name of the album, they'd zoom in on the album cover, they'd show the year. Sound familiar? And I was interested. They got to Painkiller, and I'm like, holy shit, they're going to talk about Jugulator next. I'm really interested. And then they skip. They skip from Jugulator in 1990 to fucking Angel of Retribution in 2005. They skip an entire decade and a half. And I'm just like, what? And I read him the Riot Act. My fucking comment, I tore him a new asshole. And that was basically the first episode of Mythos. When I did Metal Mythos, it wasn't supposed to be a series. I just made a rebuttal video to that. That's why I used the same style.
That's how some of the best channels get started.
So I made a rebuttal video, decided I was going to call it Metal Mythos, and it became a series after that. I didn't intend for it to be one, but yeah.
And we'll do one last one before we start. Kartik Isola says, evening, gents. Are there any politicians out there you see that might be trying to emulate Trump's tactics other than AOC? Or is he truly a lightning-in-a-bottle candidate?
They can adopt his tactics, but here's the problem. Trump is such an institution, culturally, because he built his brand slowly over the course of 4 decades. You're not going to get another Trump. You do see Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez trying to. I don't think it comes off as well, though, because it comes off. It's so weird. She's so young compared to most politicians, anyways, and yet when she tries to do the whole Trump thing, she comes off as like, "How do you do, fellow kids?" And yet Trump, when he trolls, it comes off completely natural, which is bizarre. It's absolutely weird. By all rights, she should be the one who nails it, but she doesn't. It comes across as like a cloying kind of, hey, look, I can be cool too, kind of a thing. Like, what did she say this last week that was so fucking cringy?
Oh, I don't pay attention.
She said, what did she say? I'm gonna run a train on the Republicans.
Oh, God.
I'm like, what the fuck? And it wasn't like, you just can't even. It was very much Pokemon Go to the polls. It was it was very much like that.
All right, let's fucking do this.
All right.
Read.
Okay. We did it, civilian. We'll be safe once we get back to the ground. We have to meet up with the troops to solve this, so it's time to say goodbye. That's what I hope to say, but don't worry. I will send you home safely.
Yeah,
Okay.
do it.
Fight a Bite. You can aim even while you're being, bitten. Aim at the enemy and press the attack button to shoot. You can escape from an enemy that is biting you by defeating it. Thanks, I didn't think about defeating an enemy.
Let's just hope he didn't equip explosives.
There's the exit.
Whoa!
What's going on?
Woohoo! Oh, it's hammer time.
The armor's melting.
BAM! And my axe!
Do you mean UFOs? That's ridiculous.
Did they start shooting a movie in the base while we were gone?
UFOs, that's ridiculous. They're fucking flying saucers everywhere.
Isn't that the whole point of your organization? What has it been like so long they've just forgotten the previous games?
Time for revenge.
Did you say die for revenge?
Time for revenge.
Oh. Oh yeah! Oh yeah!
This ain't over.
Peggy, I can see your foot knots. I don't normally press the meat, but these are extenuating circumstances.
Safer underground. We should have stayed down there.
It's much more dangerous on the surface.
What in the fuck?
Crap. Can't believe that the power
We're being attacked by giant tea cozies.
such a crucial moment.
Oh! Oh yeah, hammer! Woo!
Monster's spitting something! God, it's acid! It's bloody acid!
Don't be afraid. Our combat suits are acid resistant.
Resistant? What kind of horse shit is that?
What the fuck is that shit? I think when you're dealing with acid, you probably want more than just resistant. It means our suits have a hashtag campaign.
Hashtag resist ants.
Alright, there we go.
Where's the second lieutenant?
The lieutenant was killed in action, eaten by a monster.
Oh, okay.
Incoming
Well, at least he has a good excuse.
All units.
The lieutenant called in sick.
Anyone capable of moving must fight. Shoot them! Don't let the monsters get any closer.
Alright. Whoa!
You might want to back up.
This is Iota 1. Activation sequence is reached.
That's what you think.
Keep the monsters
Woohoo!
away from the powered exoskeletons.
No one fucks with Bob the Builder.
Evacuate the civilian.
They should be all evacuated.
Ah!
But we can't be sure of that.
You're gonna die.
In charge of the escort.
Alex Jones's arch nemesis, Bob the Builderberg. No! I am surrounded. Holy shit! There's a lot of polygons on screen.
Is this true? What if we're wrong?
Shut the fuck up. Believe the BuzzFeed article.
Is this true? What if we're wrong? No, print it anyway. It's resist Trump.
There have been accounts of UFO
Our
sightings
suits are
everywhere
fact
across the
resistant.
globe. And this time, the UFOs aren't just
Resistant?
moving
What
flashes
kind of
light
horse shit
on
is that?
According to eyewitnesses, they
Whoa!
saw objects made of metal. For now, the identity of these objects remains unclear. Since there are reports of sightings coming from everywhere, it is speculated that there are multiple UFOs flying in different areas.
Incoming monsters!
Nothing like space speculation. Oh my god. Holy shit! It's like the Tijuana border at 2 a.m.
Bring it anyway.
Arriba.
Activated. Powered exoskeleton team, engage.
I told you a fence wasn't enough. They're coming right over it. We're gonna be doing this all night.
All fucking night. I do not apologize.
This is Yoda 2, ready to
Holy shit.
Oh, the mech suits are backing us up.
Nice.
That's the answer. We need mech suits.
That's what the 8 billion is for. Holy shit. All right.
It's finally over. 1776 will commence.
Fuck yeah. Oh, quick, collect everything.
That's what I'm doing.
There's one there. Oh,
No,
fuck.
I almost got weapon.
Damn it. Remember the 8 billion.
8 gorillion.
8 Gojirian.
Gojirian.
Scroll through that, and I'll scroll through this.
Yes, sir.
What
What are we looking at here? Okay, request bombers. Vibro hammer.
Stealth Creation says, just migrated from another live stream. Was about to implode for my 2 favorite things. Tim Pool on Mueller discounting BuzzFeed and Razor Arcade. Oh, welcome, sir. Lord Squirrel Show says, best metal tribute song.
Bring me a body bag.
Metal tribute song. Tribute to what?
He says his my personal front runner is Accept's Last of a Dying Breed.
Oh.
Also, Thief, Hitman, Splinter Cell, which reigns supreme.
Thief, definitely.
All right. So,
There's a
favorite.
reason it winds up at the top of best stealth game lists, and best PC game lists, and best game of all time lists so often. What was the rest?
Just your favorite tribute song.
Favorite tribute song? I'm trying to think of... Oh! RAMONES by Motorhead. The Motorhead tribute to the Ramones. The great thing about it is Motorhead wrote it while the Ramones were alive to appreciate it. And then the Ramones liked the song so much, they actually played it live on tour, which is fucking great. That's a rare thing when the band themselves actually get to enjoy the tribute while they're still alive.
Mr. DJ.
Momentarily still alive, because it wasn't long thereafter that they all started kicking the bucket.
Mr. DJ Fly High says, thoughts on The Punisher Season 2? That's not out yet, is it?
Is it? I don't know. It's coming out soon if it hasn't. I don't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck about Season 1. Season 2, the idea that the antagonist is some fundamentalist Christian fucking... I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, we'll see.
The veteran subplot where basically the villain is the NRA. It's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life. In Season 1, I mean.
Yeah.
It's just such a bad show. It's so dull and drawn out. It was like the television equivalent of The Hobbit.
Oh, is it out now? Oh, okay. Apparently it is out.
Okay.
David NS84 says, so it came out from Trump that he has a big announcement tomorrow. Oh, really? Seems that he has a plan to end the shutdown.
I bet you he does.
Ooh, exciting.
I think he has strung it out this long because he's setting the Democrats up for a big fall.
Ooh.
I think if he had not waited this long, it wouldn't have been clear enough to everyone that the Democrats are not going to back down from their particular position. So that when Trump goes to the nuclear option, he's going to have more sympathy on his side.
Yeah.
That's just my read on it, though.
Austin Ferris says, can we have occasional... I don't fucking know
Ocasio-Cortez.
Ocasio-Cortez Or I like the Alex Jones version, Occasional Cortex.
No, I just call her Ocasio Chavez.
Ooh. That's got some undertones. I like it.
A little bit.
Debate Quark on finances. That's pretty good. I'd pay to see that shit. That's great. Also, Ducat 2020.
Attention, Bajoran workers!
Vote for me. Anonymous says, good evening, Razor and Terran. Is there a Mech Warrior novel that deals heavily with House Merrick and its civil war?
Oh, a particular bit of fiction that deals with the Merrick Civil War? Yes, absolutely. A lot of the Wolf's Dragoons stuff has to do with that because the Wolf's Dragoons wound up being employed, taking out one of the sides in the Merrick Civil. They actually got played by both sides during the Merrick Civil War. And actually, if you get the introductory box set, I don't know if the new one has that story in it, but the original introductory box set, the last edition of it that you'll get on occasion, they're still available even though they're out of print. That one has a fiction story woven throughout the whole introduction to the game, that tells the story of the formation of the Black Widows and of the Black Widows and Wolf's Dragoons' involvement in the Merrick Civil War. So a lot of that stuff is fluff in the Merrick, basically the Merrick fluff, the Merrick handbooks and stuff, the Free Worlds League handbooks, the Wolf's Dragoons handbooks. So I don't know if there's a novel though. If there is, I haven't read it.
Welcome, Omega Reaver. How you doing tonight? And he, Anonymous continues, also, one with its struggle against the clans.
Septic Damage Control, just to answer you, yes, EDF 5 is as good as the other EDFs.
Very much so. They've made
it's
some
just
improvements.
more EDF. Yeah. It's more of everything that is EDF.
Is there a book that deals with the struggle against the clans for House Merrick? One that stands out.
Merrick versus the clans? Shit. I haven't read a lot of the clan era fiction. I've read a lot of the Succession Wars stuff.
Yeah. That's where the good stuff is.
Right. But there's some good clan war fiction from what I understand. And honestly, a lot of the best clan stories are in video. A lot of them are in video games, like in Mech Warrior 3, which I think has the best story of all the Mech Warrior games. Mech Warrior 3 tells the story of how the Eridani Light Horse, basically, Clan Smoke Jaguar went off the fucking chain. Clan Smoke Jaguar went crazy, started committing war crimes and shit. They were just completely off the chain. They were completely defying the other clans. The other clans were actually pissed at Clan Smoke Jaguar because they were so over the edge and just murderous and bloodthirsty. So Mech Warrior 3 basically tells the story of how the Eridani Light Horse committed genocide against Clan Smoke Jaguar. They just murdered them to a man.
God damn.
Fucking incredible game. I love Mech Warrior 3.
Thank you for a great 2018. Remember, information is ammunition. Metalhead says, what albums do you recommend by Druk? Is that Druk or...
Drutsk! Blood in Our Wells would probably be one of them. Yeah, that'd probably be it.
Okay.
I mean, there's quite a few good Drutsk albums, but I like that one a lot.
Ethan Long says, favorite comic crossover event?
Crossover. What do you like when you think crossover event? What do you think?
I think like Turtles and Daredevil, or Batman and Alien, or shit like that.
Oh, okay, like a crossover of two different properties. You know what was actually very good, surprisingly, was Batman Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was very good and had excellent art. Actually, it was like watercolored. It's really beautiful. And the story was pretty good. It was just a lot of fun. It didn't take itself too seriously. That was relatively recently. Very, very good crossover. So that would probably be one of them. I would say I forget if it was the first or second Batman Daredevil crossover.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah,
one
yeah.
that was illustrated by Eduardo Barreto, not the one that was done by, was it Scott McDaniel? I think it was the one, the one that was done by Barreto, where they're fighting, I think, the Scarecrow.
Okay.
That one was really
I read
good.
that one, yeah. He continues, Dream comic crossover event, something that hasn't been done yet.
The Phantom and the Shadow.
Ooh, okay.
Phantom and the Shadow, and the Shadow and the Rocketeer had kind of an unofficial crossover in one of the Rocketeer graphic novels. The Rocketeer, what is it called? The New York Adventure, I think is what it's called. But unfortunately, Dave Stevens, he was supposed to do a Shadow comic. He was supposed to. Dave Stevens is creator of Rocketeer. He was supposed to illustrate a Shadow comic, but then he couldn't reach an agreement with Marvel. And so Marvel was like, fuck you. You cannot have the Shadow for this story. So, because Dave Stevens had issues with Marvel from day one. Marvel was suing him because the Rocketeer name, I guess Marvel owned the copyright for some reason to that name. But anyways, like, he wound up doing like a Kroger brand The Shadow in the Rocketeer comic. And it was fun, but it was not very satisfactory. I would love a proper Rocketeer The Shadow crossover. That'd be bitchin'.
Also, something Sabaton. Vlaine says, there's a new decree out. It prohibits any travel on the taxpayer's dime unless approved by Trump. Straight up boss. Jay Senner says, since Street Fighter has become an unholy abortion, which other Keiji Inafune game do you and T-Boss like?
Sorry, what became an abortion?
Street Fighter.
What other Keiji Inafune?
Yeah.
Refresh my memory. What else he done?
Keiji Inafune. Wait, Inafune. Didn't
You mean like
he was
the horror game?
Yeah, Resident Evil, wasn't he? Wait, he was Resident Evil, right?
Oh my God, you're in front of a computer.
Yeah,
you can just look this up. I get him and
Mega Man.
No, I get him and the other guy mixed up. Yeah, Keiji Inafune and Evil Within guy. I get them mixed up all the time.
Oh yeah.
The same guy?
Yeah, he left to make
Yeah, okay.
Evil Within, didn't he? I'm looking at the thing here. Resident Evil.
I love that he did Mega Man 9 and 10.
Yeah.
Because they were very good. I liked the idea. He was apparently the uncredited executive producer of Dragon's Dogma, which I liked the idea of, but wasn't that hot on the execution. You know, there's something to that Dragon's Dogma idea. You know, that idea of having an open world, but also having a party, but also being able to customize your party and, like, recruit and shit. Like, there's a vein of something really fucking cool there that if a different developer with a proper budget had gotten a hold of, would have been fucking amazing. You watch my Dragon's Dogma review, I wasn't super hot on the game, but I did like that core idea a lot.
People are saying Shinji Mikami.
Shinji Mikami, thank you. Keiji Inafune and Shinji Mikami, I fucking mix up all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
Yeah. And we'll do one more here. Sorry, guys. We'll try to get to all of your questions, but, you know, there's a lot of you. Where did I leave off? Oh, and he says, I like Onimusha. Wish they made a new one, since 3 was honestly pretty good. For those of you who don't know, Onimusha HD just came out. The original.
Mega Man 9 and 10, I enjoyed. I liked 9 more than 10, though. 10 got a little silly. I mean, in terms of, it turned into kind of Super Meat Boy-ish.
Oh, really?
Where it was just all about the difficulty.
Oh, I hate that.
Not so much.
They took the one thing.
Yeah, that's what I didn't like so much. Mega Man 11 had a little bit of that, too. Where it was like, hey, the old Mega Man games could be hard, so let's just be difficult and nothing else. I'm not crazy about that. I would rather have a clever gaming scenario than just a giant difficulty wall. You know what I mean?
Brazier says, on a scale of 1 to yes, how much do you want Julian LeVay to return to Elder Scrolls and put some RP into that G?
I think it'd be great. I don't see why they don't at least consult with him. He's the father of Elder Scrolls. He came up, him and Ted Peterson came up with a lot of the mythos. I mean, the reason why Julianos is called Julianos is because it's named after Julian LeFay. The gods, Julian LeFay named all the gods in Elder Scrolls. He came up with a lot of that stuff. Ted Peterson came up with pretty much everything else. So I don't see why you wouldn't at least, you know, how much is it going to cost you just to, you don't have to let him design the game, but have him be do a consultant thing, you know?
Ninja can stop a ninja.
So that, you know, for lore, if nothing else, I mean, he's the guy who created all this. So I don't see why not. I don't think there's any bad blood between Todd Howard and Julian LeFay, so I don't see what's stopping him. I think Todd Howard should reach out.
Yeah. Oh, we can answer this one real quick. Darth Dragon says, have you seen Ultraman series? I like Ultra 7. No.
I love Ultraman.
I have not. But have
the
you?
old Super Nintendo game, as bad as it is, I played that game so fucking much. It's so much fun. You did. November Guy says, perhaps Bethesda would consult with Julian LeFay due to the Fallout 76 backlash. I highly doubt it, but a boy can dream. Yeah, that would be a fucking pipe dream. Where were you, Ron?
I was here.
Am I crazy? Oh, sorry. That's Davy Crochet. Am I crazy for thinking the parts of the Trump dossier were taken from 4chan? No, you're not. It was, I believe it originated there. Trump saying his poop looks like Obama? Yeah, parts... It's a well-publicized fact that chunks of the Steele dossier matched really early 4chan threads. Like shitlorry threads. Whether that's a coincidence or that's where it originated from, it's anybody's guess.
Wow, that's super subtle. You can't even make it yellow. I wanted to make it a yellow vest.
You can't make it a yellow vest?
No.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
Alright, let's do this.
Alright.
Read.
The base is under attack by unknown hostiles and is turned into a battlefield. A battlefield with a cyborg feminist chick in World War II. There is no guarantee for your safety, even if you try to hide. Now grab your gun and fight. You have what it takes to be a soldier. Eh? What's that?
Eh?
And if you don't like it, don't buy the game.
Eh? Nani?
Dosuke? Using laser sight to confirm beacon. Oh, right, you have the Hammer of God, basically, from.
Look at the sky! Something is falling! Retreat! Find cover!
Holy shit! Giant space dildos.
They're giant pylons.
Sure. That's what they are. Can you just... Are we supposed to shoot those, or...
It's spawning ants.
Get out of my way, fucking tank.
Attack the monsters!
There we go. Ooh, this hand cannon's no joke. I basically got an EDF Wildy. Whoa!
Do you believe in Jesus?
Ha! You just say Monster Nation? Alright.
This is a follow-up report on the UFOs. Monster
Fake news!
in the same area where a UFO was previously sighted. It is said to be 10 meters long, extremely aggressive, and will most likely attack humans. Stay tuned for more updates.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Oh shit!
If the pylon falls into the city, it will cause heavy casualties. Not only casualties, the whole city will be gone.
Yeah, but it's Asia. They can afford it.
What in the world are we fighting against? This is
What am I fighting for?
some country. This is the world at war. Good job.
It's the Call of Duty world at war.
It's the World War A for Ant.
Well, my friend in Europe
Sorry, I have to
just
work
told
on
me
that one.
Marseille
Yeah,
is being attacked by thousands of monsters. Are you saying that we're not the only ones being attacked?
I feel attacked.
There's too many of them. This base won't make it.
Abandon the base. Evacuate now.
What the balls?
Okay, we're gonna die.
Shit, shit, shit. Aww.
Well, we survived.
Uh-oh! We got assault rifles. Big black scary guns.
Slugger NN1. Boy, I'm glad I read that correctly. Let's do just a couple more, because that was a fast one.
Yeah, that was a quick one.
David Crochet was the last one. Nick McBurnett says,
What did I pick up?
It's only 5 billion. Come on, Dems. Well, yeah, true. Nobody messes with Adam Wee says.
Maybe if he built the wall and then taxed anyone who didn't like it. Taxed anyone who didn't want to build it, a la Obamacare. Maybe they'd get on board then.
Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, better technical wrestler, Brett or Angle? Godspeed.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Shit. I would say probably Bret Hart is the better psychologist.
Yeah.
And Angle is probably the better technical wrestler. I mean, he's got the technical background. But, you know, Bret Hart's not as far behind as you would think. I mean, he's obviously not an Olympic wrestler, but he was a very able technical wrestler.
True. Crusader Saracen says, does Trump really have such animal cunning, or perhaps gorilla mind, as Cernovich would say, that he's that... Oh, sorry, I lost it. That he's that easily able to reflect any negativity back to the Dems every time, or are the Dems just that retarded?
This is my nootropic. This is my new nootropic. It's called Gorilla Mind.
Sounds like something like Gorilla Grodd would say. But yes, he is that cunning. I believe he's that cunning.
Yeah, I mean, how many times can Lucy keep moving the football before you realize they actually are doing it intentionally and it's not just a fucking accident? Like, come the fuck on.
And we'll do 2 more here. Howling Fang says, it seems the commies have taken over the chat and illegalized the U.S. flag emoji. Really? I call heresy. Speaking of which, Blue Oyster Cult Mythos win.
Oh man, I'd love to do a Blue Oyster Cult Mythos. I really, really like Blue Oyster Cult. They're very good.
Also, New York or Chicago pizza.
Cheese casserole? You mean? I love them both. I love them both for different reasons. And when you get a good, like, I love New York style, mainly because in New York pizzerias you tend to get, like calzones, which are really, I love calzones more than pizza, honestly. I fucking love a good calzone. But, those tend to be at New York pizzerias only. For some reason, Chicago's not big on the calzones or the stromboli rolls. But, you get a good Chicago pizza going, like from Lou Malnati's or something, and fuck! God damn, what a pizza. What a pizza.
I hope I'm pronouncing this right. Ice Wallow Coom says, Samhain Mythos? Question mark.
I'd love to. It'd be a short one because they didn't have many albums. But yeah, I'd fucking take Samhain over Misfits any day.
And we'll do one quick one. Crusader Saracen.
I'd take him over Danzig, to be perfectly honest.
Crusader Saracen says, what's up with Crusader Saracen?
What is the deal?
Is it a Crusader or is it a Saracen? What's up with that?
What is the deal with that? Why did my friend say the N-word at the Comedy Store?
Let's continue.
Why did he say 100 years ago they'd be upside down with a fork up their ass?
Alright.
Read.
Head out to the city ahead. We should be able to get some rest once we get there. The reinforcement troops should arrive soon and take care of the situation. You'll be home soon. Don't worry.
Realize that's the abbreviation for erectile dysfunction, too. Oh, crap, I accidentally changed class. I didn't mean to.
Those things are attacking the city.
People here are all civilians. You can't just let those monsters attack them.
Sergeant, perfect timing. Please support us. There's no time to waste. We must minimize the casualties.
I see. We will join the fight.
We will finish the fight.
Minimize casualties.
Yeah. Giant rocket launcher.
Immediate with the explosion.
Again with the Klingons.
Which freaking country made these weapons? How can anyone create those horrible things? Find all this horrible stuff and teach the guy a lesson. If only they were created by men.
Why are there so many Australians in the EDF?
Sergeant, move with things. They can block off the acid from the monsters. Once the monsters get close, move with the tanks.
There we go.
And you have a run that you have to hold with the click. Left stick.
That's weird.
But that area around you, that radius that you see, everything you run past and that's in that area will be automatically picked up.
It's not safe here
Okay.
either. I promise I will take you to a safe place this time after we deal with the pylons.
Got the patented Hideo Kojima butt crack angle here. Is delight.
Thank you for your support.
You're up there pretty far.
Afternoon delight.
Sergeant, the enemy is much stronger than you can imagine. The whole world is being attacked right now.
Whoa!
We already have our hands full
Whoa!
managing the situation.
The EDF can withstand them. Looks like this attack is well planned.
Oh yeah! What the fuck?
Here is a follow-up report on the flying
No, don't
objects.
fall on me.
They seem to be dropping monsters in various different places. The flying objects are extremely dangerous, so we urge you to keep a safe distance if you come across one.
What's a safe distance from a giant fucking monster? What's...
Everest? I don't know.
I know.
So if there are giant spiders in this game, do all the women in the world jump on top of Mount Everest?
Good. Keep it up.
Yes, sir.
Destroy the pylons. Attack the top part.
This is the Strategic Intelligence Division. We will support you in the combat.
Thank you for the support.
Based on the falling trajectories of the pylons, we've determined the location of the gigantic ship.
So that's the ship that deploys those pylons.
It's flying above the combat area now. It may deploy pylons. Please be on high alert to the sky.
Please pick an accent. Yes. No. Let me on the tank. Let me on the tank. Thank you. Oh!
The pylons are crashing down.
What? Where? No! Giant dick! That landed right on my ass. I should not be alive. Just gonna level with you. Rocket launcher.
The helicopter squad will arrive soon. Ground troops, hold your ground.
Holy crap.
Oh yeah! Heavy machine gun. Like, give me the weapon! Give me the weapon!
It'll disappear, don't worry.
Aha!
This is the Strategic Intelligence Division. The gigantic ship is descending. It might be heading to the combat area.
What did you say?
The estimated time of arrival is... Wait, it can't be. It's already near ground level.
There's so many. They outnumber us tenfold.
Dead! Dead! The first guy to say there's too many of them is fucking dead. First rule of alien movies.
Look! Pylons are crashing down! That sounds alright! Shoot at the front! Okay.
So far, the identity of the flying objects
Alright.
remains unclear as governments worldwide
Get it!
deny involvement.
Get it!
And it hasn't been confirmed whether other organizations
Got it.
are involved. Although the government promised to clarify the situation, the current state is in chaos for authorities in question, so the situation remains obscure.
You probably wouldn't have heard of it.
Go get them, Razor. They're resisting arrest.
He was a good ant. He didn't do nothing.
Hostile forces.
What exactly does hostile forces mean?
Huh? Sergeant, this is not good.
Alright, here we go. Whoa!
What is that? It's as large as the city.
Is it a spaceship? Could it be?
Oh.
Is this a soldier's duty?
Hello? My brother said he saw a monster. It's the size of an elephant. Huh?
I can think of something bigger.
Why? Why don't you believe me?
What? Oh, what the fuck? No, you're not gonna open your giant space sphincter on us.
Wake up. This is such a wild dream. There are no such things as monsters.
Except the previous 3 times this happened.
I get what you were paid. Just go all out.
Oh, shit.
What's that
It's
about?
about to pinch a space turd on our heads.
That's getting real close.
Flying saucers! Flying saucers are coming out!
Oh, shit.
It's an alien invasion!
Well, these aren't really guided rockets. Oh, it did hit one. I did get one. Let's see here.
Oh, goody, the air tortoise, my favorite.
What, you don't like the air tortoise?
It's so slow. Alright, we're behind. Let's catch up here. Mysterious Senor Hilter says, Hey, Razor.
Now, would you abort Hilter's baby? Would you? Would that be a...
Hey, Razor. You ever gonna do Freedom Force or Chroma Squad?
What?
Freedom Force or Chroma Squad?
I haven't played either of them, so I don't know if they're any good.
They're great squad-based games.
Okay.
One's Silver Age Heroes, the other is Super Sentai.
That's cool.
Misty Blue Ocean says, how do you guys feel about
That's a porn star's name, by the way.
How do you guys feel about DS9 ships? Are there any that you think work well?
I've always loved... Well, first off, I love Cardassian ships. I always have. I know they get kind of a bad rap. Pardon you. Excuse you. Bless you. I love the Cardassian... I love the Gaylord class ships. They're pretty rad. They're like just giant, like, I don't know, space onks. And I love the Jemadar fighters. The Jemadar carriers are really cool. The Breen carrier is fucking amazing. And of course, the Defiant is badass.
Hell yeah. Are there any that you think work well? Well, I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
All those! Especially the Jemadar fighter. I really like the Jemadar fighters.
Blasting Blue says, what happens if Ginsburg dies during the shutdown?
Then you wait until the government comes back up, because I don't think they can the Supreme Court even see cases?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's not a problem, I
while
think.
the government shut down? I don't even know. So you would just have to wait until the government came back up.
White Wolf says...
she would have to be replaced. I will say this. It is a fucking disgrace that this woman is fit. Look, take the dying thing out of it. When previous Supreme Court justices had health problems that were preventing them from doing their jobs, they did the right thing and stepped down, because that's the whole fucking point of stepping the fuck down.
It's just so sad.
She is clinging on and white-knuckling to her position for dear life, because this is how political the court has gotten. This is the Supreme Court in the post-Warren Court, in the post-Thurgood Marshall era. This is what it is, folks. This is what it is now. This is not what the Founding Fathers intended. They did not intend for the Supreme Court to be a fucking team sport. This court has got to be taken down like Gamora. Take it the fuck down. It needs to be half as powerful as it is right now. Because the fact that we can even consider it a team sport, because it's that consequential, is a fucking perversion of everything this country was founded on.
White Wolf says, evening, gents. Chance of a Spider-Man PS4 stream?
Oh, yeah, I'd love to. I think I still have it installed on here. I just don't have the game.
Parlock says, thoughts on Chris Benoit conspiracy theories that he was set up, and his sister-in-law said he was worried about someone following him.
Yeah, because he was paranoid as shit, because he had all kinds of head injuries, and also because he was batshit insane. There's all kinds of stories of him not being right. Like, just behaviorally not being right. And for years before this happened. So, the idea of the conspiracy theory, I mean, first and foremost, the idea that Kevin Sullivan killed him. Kevin Sullivan has a fucking ironclad alibi. He wasn't even in the same fucking state. What's more, he didn't give a fuck. It had been years. It had been years since his fucking wife had left. He was with someone else at the time. He didn't give a flying fuck. Here's your conspiracy theory. There's a documented history of Chris Benoit beating his fucking wife. There's your fucking conspiracy theory. He beat his wife. She left once before. He came back. Here's the part that gets me. The weekend that he kills his family. Before he killed his family, he left early to go back home as like an emergency. He didn't tell anyone why. He said it was for personal reasons. And I'll just say it here. She was going to leave him. No fucking question. They were already having marital problems. She probably told him she was going to leave him when he got there. And he snapped and killed her. He killed his wife for the same reason thousands of men throughout history who are shitbags have killed their wives. Because they said they were going to leave him. And he was already fucking fucked mentally. His sister-in-law told the story of Benoit throwing her into a fucking cabinet and the cops had to be called. There's fucking police report records of it. So, yeah, he fucking killed his wife because she was gonna leave him. End of. It's not a grand conspiracy. It's not even really steroids, although they probably didn't help. He killed his wife because she was gonna leave him.
A Sojourner says, any thoughts on Ruth Bader Ginsburg? Local news in Santa Monica says she has pneumonia now.
Yeah, as a result of lung cancer, it sounds like. So, you have a fucking terminal illness and you're not gonna resign?
Yeah.
What the fuck? You can't... She has been out for how long now? Several weeks. Right?
Yeah, it's disgraceful.
She's been out for quite some time. And... the whole point of allowing these people to step down. I mean, for fuck's sake, they shamed a Supreme Court justice into resigning in the early 20th century because he was too political. But a chick gets a terminal illness and can't perform her job, and she's not going to be pressured to resign? What the fuck?
Well,
silly. When William Rehnquist got old, he fucking resigned.
Alrighty, and White Wolf says, opinion on Captain Marvel, end of the MCU, or...
I don't know. I don't think it's going to do that well. I don't think it'll necessarily bomb, but I'll say this. Go to the fucking movie trailers. We actually did this. Terengel and I checked this out a while back. Go to, like, the movie trailers channel on YouTube. You know what I'm talking about. The channel that uploads all the new movie trailers.
There's a couple, yeah.
Yeah, go to, like, the big one. I forget what it's called. Is it Movie Clips?
Something like that, yeah.
Anyways, go there. And in the same week, they uploaded the Avengers Endgame?
Yeah.
The Avengers Endgame teaser and the Captain Marvel teaser. They uploaded it in the same week, like within days. And I believe the Captain Marvel trailer was actually first. The fucking view disparity, the likes to dislikes disparity between those two, yeah. I don't think it's going to do that well. I don't think it'll necessarily bomb, but I think it's going to be kind of a soft one for him.
David NS84 says, while there will be consequences, I think our side has enough irons in the fire that they will fail in their ultimate objective of deplatforming. Still, it's hard to see when one's winning in a battle. On a side note, I'm really glad to see Crowder back.
Yeah.
Iron Piedmont says, I bought a yellow vest recently. I plan on wearing it to my college classes.
Oh
Wish
my
me
God.
luck. Good luck, man.
Oh my god.
Overkill says, thoughts on real alien abductions, the anal probe kind, not the sombrero, not the sombrero drunk driving and SSN stealing kind.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked into many of them.
Yeah, I mean, the stories that the people that come from the people who, I don't know, it's iffy. Rui Vasquez says, Razor, glad.
Although I've heard that movie Fire in the Sky is really good.
Yeah, it was. I watched it once.
I haven't seen it. I have not seen it. I've heard it's good.
Rui Vasquez says,
it's
Razor,
based on a guy from here, isn't it? From Arizona, I believe. Yeah.
Oh God, I can't remember. Razor, glad we got.
We have a lot of UFO shit out here. Sorry to cut you off. Continue.
Glad we got 2 videos this week and that you're going to launch a podcast. Are you expanding your programming, and can you give us a hint of what it'll be like? Please stay original. Always.
Like I said, the podcast will be a single subject podcast. It'll be devoted to a single subject, but it falls within another umbrella subject-wise. I can't really expand on that, but in the sense of, like, you know, if I were to do a podcast, for example, on action movies, or even action movies from a particular star, let's say like just Charles Bronson movies. I was going to do a podcast just on Bronson, The Daily Bronson or something.
Dude.
That's actually a good YouTube channel, incidentally. But if I were to do that, then I could periodically expand. Oh, I could talk about other action stars on occasion. You know what I mean? It'll be like that. It'll be like, I'll be talking about a particular subject every once in a blue moon because it falls under another particular umbrella. I'll step back and broaden it just a little bit, but I'll want to keep it laser focused on the one subject. I love one subject podcasts when they're done well. And the particular subject that I'm going to be doing a podcast on doesn't get a lot of love podcast-wise. So I'm really excited about it. I don't think it's going to be that big because it's kind of a, I don't know, like a niche interest. But it's, I hope I can draw new people into that umbrella and sort of get them interested in it. And as long as I have consistent listenership, I don't really care if it's a small amount of listenership. I'm more interested in doing it just because it's a subject that I'm interested in. So
Alex Van Kirk says,
kind of like Film Noir Archives.
Any thrash bands you enjoy besides Razor?
Yeah, I love Forbidden. Forbidden is amazing. It's basically like... Forbidden is kind of like if Judas Priest were a thrash band. You know, they've got this great singer, what's his name, Russ Anderson, who could fucking shriek like Ripper Owens, but they're a great technical thrash band, like really an unsung heroes of the Bay Area thrash movement. They should have been a lot bigger than they were. Heathens, another really good one. Yeah, those would be the ones that I would pick. I'm not a huge thrash guy.
Arius says, to save our Mother Earth from any alien attack.
Oh God, don't sing. Don't.
Markod says, Razor is doing the yellow vest the American way.
Yes! The Intergalactic Crossing Guard.
Bobio Jimbo
The
says,
Crossing Guard of Democracy.
Rank the mechs. Battletech, Metal Gear, Armored Core, EDF 5, Xenogears, Heavy Gear, Hawken, and anything else you could think of.
Oh my God.
That's a lot, dude.
That is a lot. Okay.
Hawken is basically just trash cans that can walk.
Let me look. Okay. So let me take a look at the questions so I can keep them straight. All right. Number one for me, obviously, would be BattleTech.
Yeah.
Then I would go Heavy Gear, Hawken. I'd go Armored Core. I'm not familiar enough with EDF 5. I may actually leave it off the list because I haven't used him yet.
Yeah. Let's leave that off the list.
I haven't used him yet. And then Xenogears and Metal Gear would be last. It'd be dick last.
Yeah.
I just don't like the designs, and it's not just because I don't like the game. I don't care for like the weird. All the Kojima robots have this weird kind of, or everything looks like it's fresh off the assembly line. Like there's no dirt to it, there's no grit to it. It doesn't look like something that's functional. It looks too sci-fi-ish. It almost looks a little fantasy, to be honest. And, yeah, it's just not my thing.
Gravedigger says, what are your thoughts on how Brexit is going? Hard Brexit or cucked deal / vassal state?
I'll say the shitty Theresa May plan getting shot down is a net good for everyone. But, you know, now she's on the fucking chopping block. Mm. So... obviously it's not going well. Look, I said from the beginning, you guys know, the plan here will be delay. Delay until people stop caring about the problem. Here's the issue. They've delayed so much and they've fucked people around so much that it's strangely enough, it's actually having the opposite effect.
Yeah, it's reigniting is what it's doing.
Yeah, it's reigniting the Brexit debate, and it's making people more passionate about wanting Brexit than ever.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. I thought the opposite would happen because of just contemporary apathy. But the problem, of course, is if you're in the UK, you do see the stories every other day of some Muslim guy going nuts and raping some chick or chopping some guy's head off or... you don't get to escape these stories. I think they subsist in this fairy fuck bubble where they don't really consider these stories because they consider it fucking diversity. So they didn't think there'd be any consequences.
Can I share my thoughts on this real quick?
Go right ahead.
The whole Brexit thing. I believe that they are delaying it, and with their with the UK's adoption of the Article 13 shit. I always thought that they were going to clamp down on the internet and regulate information so that when they go, oh, okay, you know what? We'll just vote on it again to see if people want to stay or to leave. And then they would control the internet and basically just control the flow of information and prevent people from saying, oh, you know what? People want to remain, so we're just going to do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
All right, let's do
continue. Yes.
Yep. What on earth is that? What in the world?
Really? Is that all it said?
All right. Yes, that's all it said.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
What the hell is that?
There aren't any safe places anymore.
Is it a new weapon made by another country?
I think you're gonna want your fucking minigun for this mission.
Yeah. I have my hand cannon. That'll get the job done.
No, Malachi, we're just behind. Don't worry about it, dude.
Oh, I almost got it. Okay, maybe the hand cannon is not... Oh, no, it'll work. That'll work. Oh, yeah, it'll work.
Shoot them down!
Woohoo! Oh! I have information that could lead to the arrest of Hillary Clinton!
This is HQ. The flying saucers are dangerous. Permission to attack granted.
There we go. Oh! Big bada boom. Got him.
Stop saying that.
Let's go.
Oh yeah! Whoa!
We analyzed their pattern of
Rocket launcher.
Yes!
battle drone.
Holy shit!
Targets are humans.
Unmanned killing weapons.
Metal Gear.
As opposed to the non-killing weapons.
Unimaginable casualties. We must shoot them all down.
Goddamn terrorists! I promise.
Hey, at least he said it, not a...
Flying saucers of peace.
We just have to put up concrete barriers, that's all.
Build bridges, not space walls. All right. I'm gonna see if I can hit one of these with a hammer.
It's coming right for us.
Oh no! I didn't realize my health was that low.
I'm coming!
Roger.
Where's the
More flying saucers incoming.
I'm coming!
Run! Run! Run!
Also, I've never had this problem before, so I don't know how to get you up.
Humans. Civilians are in danger, so shoot down as many of them as possible.
Okay, what do I do here?
Vehicle/rescue button. You might just want to check what that is. Manual. Go to change controls. Ranger. Okay, vehicle/rescue is circle.
Oh.
Circle takes the square.
This is Wingdiver. We have arrived.
Thank you, sir.
All members are equipped
Yes.
with equipment D.
Very well.
Oh, there we go. Okay, let's evade, evade, evade.
Don't spare any drones, or they will attack civilians. Destroy them all.
Oh my god! Okay, that's a bit much. Not enough health power-ups either. Thin out their numbers a bit before you bring me back. I'll just chill here.
No substantial
Making me do all the work, goddamn.
It kind of looks like he's just chilling with a brewski.
All countries are
Got like a
denying
Corona.
any sort of involvement. However, there are only a limited number of forces that can perform such a large-scale attack. In order to find out the truth, the suspected parties
In
should
Margaritaville. Do, 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 do. Oh man, you're about to get wasted. Dude, there are no power-ups. There's no health. There you go. There you go. Get that health. Oh man. This is not looking pretty. Okay, that's...
Fuck.
That's something.
You and your goddamn hammer.
Well, unfortunately...
2 HP in a dream. Yeah, well, the dream is dead.
Okay. Yeah, the only reason I use the hammer is because it's the only way I can dash.
We still get stuff.
Okay, let's try that again. Let's change up our equipment here. Okay. Maybe instead of the hammer, I will go with the butthole spear.
Bill Barnett says, Razor, I need your help, man.
All right.
I need to know one of the songs you closed out one of your rants with. Can't find it. All I'm going on is, I don't apologize, something underneath the ember
Oh,
stars.
no. That's a great new band, actually, out of Finland called One Desire.
One Desire.
Yeah, the band's called One Desire, and they are, the song is called, Apologize.
Okay, cool.
They did a music video for it, actually. Good band. One of the new wave of traditional heavy metal bands. They've got kind of a melodic AOR vibe to them, kind of like Eclipse. They actually toured with Eclipse recently.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say the fencer might be bad for this. I mean, you could try equipping something different, but
No, I'm fine.
All right.
It's fine. I'm gonna stick with my class. I don't give a fuck.
Autism is Unstoppable says, a RazörFist arcade on my birthday? Lemmy really is real.
He is real. He's in each and every one of us.
Happy
as
birthday,
long as
man.
you're a groupie.
Let's do it. Let's get back in.
Do it. Do it to it. Okay.
Autism is Unstoppable? Yeah, we just read it. Happy birthday.
The hell is that? There aren't any safe places anymore.
They've all been enriched.
There aren't any safe spaces anymore.
The hatches are open.
They look like flying saucers.
Are they enemies?
Oh, I got one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, just missed it. Ah.
I'm a genius.
Whoa, did he just crash right into the ground? He sure did.
See, the concrete barriers are working.
This is HQ. The flying saucers are dangerous. Permission to attack.
No shit.
The flying saucers were shot down. Flying saucers spotted.
There are too many.
Enemy spotted.
Stop saying that.
There seems to be more enemies. The rescue teams hear you.
People are telling us to upgrade, but armor upgrades are applied automatically.
We analyzed their pattern of action. We think that these weapons are autonomous battle drones, and I am afraid their targets are humans.
Dun dun dun.
Man, we are taking a lot of damage.
Rampage. It will result in unimaginable casualties. We must shoot them all down.
I really need some fucking power, and we are just. The main problem with this mission is they're just not dropping anything. I mean, I haven't seen one health power up. There we go. There's one way far away if I can get to it. Yeah, it's
There's
fucking
a giant
hell,
one
man.
by me.
Shit. They're just not dropping shit. There's a weapon and a health drop, and that's all I've seen the whole mission.
The anti-material rifle should be able to shoot down those drones.
I'm dead as shit.
Well, I'm gonna thin out their numbers first. Thinning out the herd.
Do it.
This is Wing Diver. We have arrived on the scene. All members are equipped with Equipment D.
Very well. Attack the flying saucers.
Very well. Give them the D.
Take aim at... Don't spare any drones, or they will attack civilians. Destroy them all.
Why would you spare a drone?
I don't know. Ask Obama.
But
substantial information about the flying objects could be obtained, governments of all countries are still denying any sort of involvement. However, there are only a limited number of forces that can perform such a large-scale attack. In order to find out the truth, the suspected parties should be closely monitored. Investigations ought to be pursued, and appropriate enforcement...
I was wasted on the sidewalk. Like a hobo turd in San Francisco.
More flying saucers incoming!
Thank you, God.
There are too many of them!
Something's there.
Flying saucers are attacking humans.
That's a lot of damage.
So shoot down as many of them as possible.
Alright, I need to find, like, I need to find a good place to waste these guys from with a little bit of cover.
Seems to be a powerful country.
Don't remain a stationary target so you can't get hit. Aw, damn it. Whoa! Good God! Okay, this is a bit much. Stop it.
Fucking camera.
I know! Let me fucking move!
Please prioritize intelligence collection.
Did you hear that? She says casualties are not important.
So what you're saying is...
Wait a minute. I don't like the look of it.
They're preparing to attack! Wait! Retreat!
What is this?
Fall back! Fall back!
It's never good when aliens shoot green shit.
Oh, there goes my fucking building.
No doubt. Those things are aliens. This is not just a world war. It is
His last name is Valdez for sure.
This is Strategic Command Headquarters.
What do you mean by hostile forces? Please tell me which force specifically.
They're back! What is the Air Force doing? There are just way too many!
You're not dropping more.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
At this rate, we will all die!
No shit! I mean, I'm way ahead of you on that one. Yeah, I'm about to get jungled in every hole here. I mean, I haven't seen a health power-up in so fucking long. There's one! There's one! It's a goddamn miracle!
Ground troops, shoot down the drones.
Oh, there we go. Yes!
Sorry for being quiet. I'm really trying to focus.
On not fucking dying. Oh! Thank you. Save me, Jeebus! Oh, yeah. Weapon. Get weapon. I could really use a health power-up game. And I'm not going to tell you how to do your job.
Powered exoskeleton. Initiate combat.
Arms 1, initiate combat. Show them the power of powered exoskeletons.
Alright, there we go. It really sucks I don't have a dash with my gun.
There are thousands of them.
Where's the other jag-off?
The drones split into teams of hundreds. Citizens are in
There
great
he
danger
is. Crap!
Really going to start a war?
All that's left is health. Health.
Good? That's all I fucking need. Now this is the point in the YouTube debate where people would comment that if we only had a better healthcare system.
Yeah, we could wait in line. But we would get it eventually, right?
Oh, there we go.
I think there's one there's stuck. There's one stuck over here.
Come on. There's gotta be another one over here. Come on, health, health, health. Thank you.
Yeah, I think a UFO got stuck back here.
Well, good. It gives me a chance to grab power-ups and shit. We really don't need the Terrangel butt crack vision.
Come on. That's what everyone came here for.
I think Terran is under the impression that his milkshake is bringing all the boys to the yard.
That's certainly bringing all the spaceships to the yard. Think about it. These guys traveled millions of light years to see this.
Go. All right. Full health. I almost don't remember what that feels like. Where the fuck is this UFO at? Go waste him. Oh, he's way the fuck over here. Jeez. Good man.
Sergeant, take the civilians to a safe place.
I thought you said there was no safe place.
Yay! EDF!
Wow, I really should have used my shield. I didn't use my shield once. No wonder I was fucking dying. All right.
Woo!
That's a lot of shit.
Customize your shit. I'm gonna ask questions here.
I'll be right back, actually.
Yeah, well, great. Well, and here I am just talking to myself. That's chaos theory. How y'all doing? You guys enjoying the game so far? Where did I leave off? Oh, there we go. No, you shut up. Game sucks. I'm loving it. Yeah. No, this is fucking amazing. I love it. And he's back.
All right.
The Patriot Heretic says, finally made a stream. Only late because I was sucked into the first Moorcock Library Elric graphic novel.
Nice.
Truly beautiful. Thoughts on the band Omen?
I'm not really familiar with Omen.
Trago1337 says, will you review Ace Combat 7?
Yeah, I need to play it first, though. I'm gonna have to hold out until it's released on PC, because fuck playing a flight game on a console.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit.
Six Thugger says, if you aren't spamming the EDF quick chat, you are actually playing this game wrong. That's true. Vexilarius donated £2, but didn't say anything. Thank you very much. It is appreciated. A Sojourner says, thoughts on Trump's epic troll on Pelosi and delivering her luggage to her office. I didn't hear that
I did not hear that.
That's great.
I did not.
Stealth Creations donated 20. Thank you, sir. With the new March for Life news came out with Fifth Circuit Court essentially discounting Planned Parenthood points by confirming organ harvesting videos are undoctored and allows states to opt out of programs with Planned Parenthood. Thoughts?
They shouldn't have to pay for it. I mean, if you want your fucking abortions, pay for them. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. Even on a state level, like it bothers me the idea that here's the thing. When you have something like that is explicitly against so many religions, how can you in good faith, no pun intended, ask tax-paying citizens to just pay for something that may or may not violate their faith? I take incidentally, it's not to get into the religious aspect, because I can actually use an analogy here. A good example of what I'm talking about here is the NEA, National Education Association. It's the foremost teachers union in the country, right? Well, the NEA exclusively works for and donates to the Democratic Party. Here's a problem. Not all teachers are Democrats. Maybe a plurality of them are, but overwhelmingly, there's actually... it's a little more split than you would think. Which means that there are conservative teachers who, in order to have any kind of union benefits, have to pay dues to an organization that is going to then use that money for purposes they don't agree with. And I don't agree with that either. So to me, if you're paying into an organization, they shouldn't be presuming what your political beliefs are. And they shouldn't be using them for purposes that you may or may not agree with. So that's my main issue with Planned Parenthood being funded via taxes.
Crusader Saracen says, the name T-Boogie does not accurately encompass the badassery that is Terran Go. I propose a new name, perhaps T-Pain, or T-Money, or T the Destroyer.
Or Low T.
Very funny. Almighty Malachi says, hey,
T-Virus.
Hey, RazörFist. While his politics are absolutely terrible, what is your opinion of Dalton Trumbo's Johnny's Got His Gun, both the book and the movie?
Never saw it. I couldn't tell you.
Food person.
He wrote some good stuff. I mean, he wrote some pretty good film noir and shit like that. Dalton Trumbo he's a very accomplished writer. He just happened to be a cunt and a propagandist.
Food person says, Godspeed to you.
I also had to laugh TCM right after. I don't know if this is a coincidence. I chose a clip in my Hollywood Was Always Red video. You guys may remember, where John Howard Lawson, who was one of the blacklisted Hollywood 10, he was testifying before the House Un-American Activities Committee, and he was asked directly, hey, did you insert propaganda into your stories? Now, mind you, years later, he admitted that he did. And Edward Dmytryk, who was a director on a film that he did a script for, that Howard Lawson worked on, he testified that Lawson had told him explicitly to insert socialist and communist propaganda into the script and into the film. So this is an indefatigable fact. It is flat-out fact. He was inserting communist propaganda into his scripts at the explicit behest of V.J. Jerome and the Communist Party USA. And so he's asked directly, and he says, I refuse to answer this because this is absolutely... It's the closest anyone came to being defiant at the House Un-American Activities Committee. And he's saying, you know, you will judge my political beliefs by what I have written. And this is just an attempt to seize control of... of the motion picture industry and everything else, and finally, like, they just treated him as a hostile witness and told him to go on his merry way, right? Well, I found it really interesting. Turner Classic Movies was doing a documentary on Robert Mitchum. It was Robert Mitchum and one other guy. I forget, was it Kirk Douglas? Anyways, and they used the exact clip that I used in my video. I don't know if, you know, maybe they just happened to be stock footage and they figured it illustrated their point, but they're still pushing the revisionist narrative. I just found it kind of interesting. They used the exact same clip I did. It'd be funny if someone at Turner Classic Movies saw my fucking video. But yeah, it did get a lot of views. That particular video did.
Food Person says, Godspeed to you for your Gillette rant. Also, it sucks that EDF5 is on the GS4 and not the PC. And yes, I do mean GS4 if you know what I mean. And of course, Gravedigger snuck one in. $100. Thank you very much, sir. Naomi Wu has another hit piece out by the Financial Times. It seems like she was the original canary in the coal mine for deplatforming. Can we get a rant from the RazörFist supporting someone fighting
Was
for
that
free speech
pre-Milo?
in China?
This is Dolphin.
Oh shit.
No, we can pause or whatever. But was that pre-Milo? I think Milo was probably the first one, and I was very vocal on Milo Yiannopoulos' deplatforming when that happened, and took a little bit of shit for it too. Very vocal on that because I knew if we accept this, if people don't speak out vociferously enough, this is going to become a trend, and they're going to do this over and over and over again. I had no idea how right I was on that one. It absolutely has happened that way, and unfortunately, because of the nature of who Milo is and how much of a provocateur he is, there were a lot of people on the right, Shapiro, for example, who may not have celebrated his deplatforming, but really didn't lift a finger to speak out against it. After that happened, it was pretty much a foregone conclusion. When the right didn't raise enough of a shit stink when Milo was shit-hammered by Twitter and then pretty much everywhere. Everyone came down on Milo at once. It was not a fucking coincidence. That was pretty much prophecy at that point. There was no way to prevent it.
We're hiding in buildings, but there are flying saucers all around us.
Damn.
This is Rabbit. We're surrounded by flying saucers and can't move.
We should go save our men.
That's too risky.
Sergeant, do you hear me? We have info about the flying saucers.
Yes, sir.
This is the Strategic Intelligence Division. Flying saucers are unmanned drones, meaning that we can still defeat them, even if they outnumber us.
Tell me how.
How does that work?
The color of the drone is the key. A blue drone is in alert mode and is presumed to be harmless. So the drones that glow in blue are not dangerous. But under certain circumstances, the drones will turn red. Red-colored drones are in combat mode. They are killing machines that can trace and kill their
Better
targets.
dead than red is what we're trying to say here.
The drones in this area are all in alert mode. Don't fight all the drones at once. Lure a few of them each time.
It's like some kind of red army.
Use this method well, and you can win. Well done, Sergeant. Destroy the rest of the drones. There is no time to waste now.
Signs that they're about to turn red include acute hunger.
And saying that socialism never really worked.
It's never really been tried before. They're not real red flying saucers.
Blue means alert mode. Red means combat mode.
They are machines anyway. Once we know
They are machines anyway. Oh, yeah! I think I probably should have chosen my Gatling for this, actually. I think that's what's getting me here. But the hand cannon is working. Let's see here. Where is it? Where is it?
Destroy everything. I really don't want to.
Got it.
They're planning to take down Western civilization.
After some detailed analysis,
I eat red meat. I'm a man, and I'm coming.
To combat mode. There are 3 conditions. First,
do you understand that? Grr, 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 grr.
Second, they are attacked. Third, when a drone is hit, nearby drones will turn into combat mode. That means
they start shouting "Orange Man bad."
Drones around it about the enemy.
Oh! Come on! Oh yes, it got it! Come on! Oh, just missed. Oh yeah, got it. Get some more armor going on here. Come on. Come on. Damn it.
This is the
Oh, just missed it. That's a crime.
Currently at war with the hostile
Robbery.
force. Unfortunately, we
Nice.
suffered a preemptive strike and lost many bases. In addition, our enemy has been launching indiscriminate attacks on our cities by dropping monsters. As I am speaking, the casualties are increasing. Everyone, we have no choice but to fight.
Like, what were we sent out here on if not to fight? A fucking peacekeeping mission? We were gonna negotiate a flying saucer shutdown. Got it.
Yes, sir.
Oops.
Prepare for battle. Yes, sir. Can't wait.
Come on, saucers.
This is Dolphin. We have no way to run. We'll go out of the buildings, strike back.
Aren't the rescue teams here yet? Shoot them once they're in range.
I can't get him, can you?
Yeah. Just need to... There we go.
You did an amazing job. If we can analyze the data, we might be able
Oi.
to change the tide.
Too right.
You are pretty good. This time I will definitely take you to a safe place.
Oh god, we're still on that.
Just go all out.
Yay!
Mission complete! Excellent. I think we'll do maybe one more.
Alright. We definitely have to catch up on questions, guys. Sorry if we're not reading
And then
all
call
your
it an
donations. Yeah. It's, they're just really backed up.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Where did I leave off? Uzi Patrol says, forget yo mama. Yo house is so shitty the roaches ride four-wheelers. Crusader Saracen donates again. Last one for the night, gents. Gotta hit the hay. Did you see Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez try to... Wait, fuck, I lost it. Try to ambush Mitch McConnell in his office, but didn't find him because she was in the wrong fucking building. What a fucking Rhodes Scholar.
And she should have checked the bathhouse.
Fuck New York. Godspeed, gents. And
I like how they're acting like Lindsey Graham being a butt pirate is a great big fucking secret. Like, his name's fucking Lindsey, folks. I mean, I'm just throwing that out there.
Harry Balls on ya says, Razor, I need your help, man. I need to know one of the oh no, actually he already donated. We got to your question, sir.
Right on.
Bjorn says, hey Razor, what's your opinion on Sabaton? Jokes aside, do you like the band Brothers of Metal?
I never heard him. Never heard of him.
Spawn Freak
like
says,
a Manowar cover band or something?
Spawn Freak says, thoughts on Bill Maher spurging over the NPC billboard?
You can stop at Bill Maher spurging.
Yeah.
No, I fucking... Wasn't it boomerific, his, like, oh-so-witty rebuttal? He used the word incel. Ooh! You know he combed over one Reddit thread for that fucking gem.
And,
yeah. Speaking of... How hilarious and ironic is that the guy who literally, like, set up a fucking tent at the Playboy Mansion for the better part of 2 decades, like, begging 19-year-old girls to sleep with him is calling men incels. Calling anyone an incel. Seriously.
And he continues, oh, and if you put "The Lie is Dead, Hollywood was always red" on a shirt, I'd buy it. Well... I have been finalizing a design for that, so
nice.
Stay tuned.
Good shit. You really need to do a... It's been too long since we got that one.
Yeah.
We really need a I Was Killed in Death Wish 3.
Yeah, I'll work on that too.
You need to do that. With the proper Death Wish 3 logo on it.
But just a reminder, folks, we do sell shirts now. For any of you who are interested, there are lots of different designs. Check them out. Mr. DJ Fly High says, thoughts on the DNC disavowing the Women's March? Did they do that?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just further evidence of what's been happening within the Democratic Party. It's kind of one of the least reported stories, and honestly, it's not even reported that much in right-wing circles anymore, just how much disunion there actually is on the Democratic side. Ever since Tulsi Gabbard came out, I think it's become a little more obvious to the rank and file just how much there is a conflict within the left right now, and how there's a problem with them getting on the same page. There's clearly different factions at play here. It hasn't gotten any better under Trump's presidency. If anything, it's gotten more fractious, and it's gonna be a problem. Now consider this, and I think Joe Rogan pointed this out, of all fucking people, was talking about... No, it was Michael Malice was on with Joe Rogan, and he was pointing this out, and he's so fucking right. The Democrats are fucked going into 2020.
Yeah.
Because...
They've done it to themselves.
No, because you're going to... Think about it. You're going to get into the primaries toward the end of this year, right? Toward the end of this year, you're going to get into the Democratic primaries. And what's going to fucking happen? The Democrats are all going to be tearing each other's throats out because that's what you do during a primary. And because there's a serious fracturing within the party. There's, like, already some very clear demarcation between one philosophy and another within the left. Well, on top of that, what else do you have? You have Trump on Twitter doing a running commentary, ripping their fucking throats out. It's gonna be an absolute goat fuck. It's going to be superb. I'm gonna have fucking popcorn, folks. I'm gonna have cheese popcorn. Oh, man. So not only are the Democrats gonna be ripping each other's cocks off, but Trump's gonna be sitting there just gelding the motherfuckers on Twitter as they're doing... Imagine when the Democratic debates go down. Imagine Trump's feed on fucking Twitter. It's gonna be goddamn glorious.
Hello, True Williams. Welcome to the stream.
And that, by the way, is why I think if Twitter are going to ban Trump, if they're ultimately going to ban him from Twitter, they're gonna wait until right before the Democratic primary.
Oh yeah. They'll make their move, definitely. Iron Confed says, I found out California takes in more oil than what the Persian Gulf sells.
Yeah.
No tin foil, but maybe California's energy policy is a big reason why the U.S. is stuck in the Middle East for so long.
A little bit. Go ahead.
Oh, more?
I was just pausing.
Filipino White Boy says, are you a fan of Legally Blonde? And are you excited for Legally Blonde 3? Also known as Captain Marvel.
Also known as Reese Witherspoon hopped so hard on Harvey Weinstein's dick.
Yeah.
Like, it is so fucking sad when you see all those pictures of Reese Witherspoon with Weinstein. It really brings some shit into focus, don't it?
Okay.
All those years they were shoving Reese Witherspoon down people's fucking throats. Man, does it not make sense now?
Think about this. Go to Harvey Weinstein's IMDb and just look at the list of movies he's made.
Oh, you know who's made a lot of movies with Weinstein? Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh, no.
An awful lot.
Oh, no.
You're saying.
Oh. Okay.
Unsafe here.
It's not just unsafe. This is worse than before.
This definitely doesn't look good.
The civilians are in great
Damn it, I should have
danger
grabbed the
than we are.
goddamn Gatling gun.
Give us a hand.
Oh, no, it's ants again.
No, it's not.
No? Oh, it's spiders.
We haven't seen those before.
I probably should have grabbed the Gatling gun anyway.
You are already a good soldier. Just sign up and join us. EF could use someone like you.
We welcome you with open arms.
Being a soldier is awesome.
This is really fruity.
Best job ever. As long as there are no monsters.
It's the best job ever as long as there's no monsters.
So never. I love that they haven't fixed the physics shit where the spiders are supported by a fucking length of telephone wire.
Yeah.
In all these games, they have not fixed that. I love it.
The monsters are too strong! Let's back off!
Back off! Shorty gun.
If you don't get tangled, there's nothing to fear. What?
Fight to the end, no matter what.
Right in midair, I love it.
This is the strategic intelligence
Damn, I really should have brought my Gatling gun.
Alpha from now
Oh
on.
well, I'll get
The
by.
ones that shoot threads will be called beta. Although the species beta monsters
Ah!
they can unleash threads with acid, so they are very dangerous.
Whoa! Whoa! Holy shit! No! Stop doing that! The contextual camera shit is a special kind of irritating.
I think you could turn it off.
Camera effects off. Is that it? Do it. Shut that shit off like the Dickens. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Shoot the monster in range.
The enemy's approaching.
Please don't shoot the monster in range.
There we go.
Oh, yours is still on.
Is it? God damn it, stop doing that. Alright. There we are. Get the fuck off my screen.
But at least you should wipe out the monsters.
Wipe out the monsters.
Advance!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are monsters dead ahead of us. Just
Are these rice fields? Pretty
Maybe.
Asian.
What are you saying? Well, this is clearly just outside Detroit.
Exactly. This does take place in Japan, doesn't it?
Yes.
Of course it does. That's my favorite thing about all Japanese media. Everything. Fucking space invasions, geopolitics, everything. It all takes place in Japan. And everyone speaks Japanese.
When I remember sharing this,
It's like, hey, there's this galactic empire from the planet fucking... There's invaders from Neptune. They need the Earth's valuable resources. I know. Let's land on this thin strip of land with no fucking natural resources on it. There we go.
It literally has the worst metal in the world.
All they export is rice, creepy porn, and shame.
I remember sharing this little nugget with
Need
you.
a renewable source of sexual repression.
All the blonde-haired, blue-eyed protagonists in anime are half Japanese.
Oh, that's my favorite.
They're always half Japanese.
What about the ones with the fucking purple hair? What is...
They're tentacle bait.
Tentacle sexual.
We know. The monsters are everywhere.
Alright. I'm gonna bust your fucking thorax. Whoa!
Attention, everyone.
Here we
This
go.
is the Chief Commander. We were ambushed by the enemy and suffered great loss. The ravages of war have spread all over the world and are even getting more serious.
Forgiveness, please.
Unfortunate that we were heavily stricken by the enemy at our first battle, but we are not lost yet. The most urgent matter at hand is that our people are still in danger. We must pull ourselves together and start our counterattack. The EDF shall rise again.
These voice actors are like the guys who were rejected from the fan dubs.
I will definitely take you to a safe place.
If there really is such a place.
These are like the guys who couldn't get hired by the hentai company.
Yeah, we did it.
I applied to join logistics.
We haven't heard the best one yet.
Ooh, you get a sniper rifle.
One of the guys asks, "So
What's
are
up?
you a soy sauce or a ketchup guy?" I fucking love that one. Where did I leave off? Normie's Progress says, "Yo mama so stupid she tried to climb Mountain Dew." And your mama so hairy when she gave birth to you, you got carpet burn.
Ben Shapiro's so short he's a teller at a piggy bank.
Oh god, that's pretty good.
Okay, sorry.
Gadget Boy says, "What is your favorite U.S. president?" Oh, we've had this question before.
Yeah.
Teddy for me. Teddy Roosevelt.
I like Teddy Roosevelt. I think I like Taft a little more. I like Eisenhower a lot. And Andrew Jackson, even though he was a bit of a fucking authoritarian.
Right.
I love what a tremendous shitlord Andrew Jackson was. Man would beat his political rivals in the fucking streets with a cane. There's just no beating that.
Oh, I love it. Thomas Meadows says, "What kind of cock rings do you use?"
Are you one of the writers from Thief 4?
I just spent $85 on one. I feel like a new man. What is that,
Ugh.
fucking diamond encrusted or some shit? Drew Johnson says, "Just got Cuphead and man is it fun."
Oh, it's a blast. We need to do another one of those.
Haven't enjoyed a game so much since
Armhound. What the hell is this?
Since 7-year-old me played Battlefield 2. Oh, 2005 for the first time. Right. Also, if I wrote a shadow comic illustrated in Lego, would you read it?
Illustrated in Lego? How would you illustrate it in Lego?
Take pictures of it, maybe.
I guess. I guess if the story didn't suck.
Malroadkill says, I see that EDF 4.1 on Steam for $20. How is it? It tempts me. Also, my favorite guy...
It's good.
It is actually good. That's worth picking up. Also, my favorite guy for Clan War books is Michael A. Stackpole.
Yeah, Stackpole's great. I like his books. He wrote one for the most recent Battletech game, and he worked some on the story for that, too. So, that's why that game's so good.
Never So Clever as This says, which is better, Rocky Horror Picture Show or Bat Out of Hell by Meatloaf?
I'd go with Bat Out of Hell on that one.
All right. Stealth Creation says an immigration law group has filed suit against the SPLC for racketeering in a mafia-like manner with conservative think tanks. You think they'll win?
Depends on what court they put it before. If it's the 9th Circuit Court of Schlemiels, you know, it's possible.
Bagman says, if a proper Dirty Harry film was made now, what sort of issues would it deal with? Also, what...
Oh, you know it would be some kind of, like... He'd probably deal with, like, Black Lives Matter. I mean, you know what would probably is a good indicator of what it would deal with? Thematically, I mean. Not necessarily action-wise. Is Gran Torino was originally envisioned as a Dirty Harry sequel.
Yeah, I gotta watch that.
And it gradually morphed into what it was. So a lot of the same kind of themes, like racism in an urban environment, and yet kind of like looking at it realistically at the same time. A lot of that.
Also, what would a Dirty Harry Death Wish crossover film look like?
It'd look like me covering the screen in splooge. Is what it.
Yeah.
I need a spring-loaded tissue dispenser and a squeegee to watch that movie.
Garrett Wilson donates $20. Thank you very much, sir. Just made it through a snowstorm. Do you have a favorite movie car? Ooh. The Batmobile from Batman Returns.
Well, from Batman Returns is pretty fucking cool. Movie car. I really like the fucking car that Bronson drives in The Mechanic.
Yeah. The easy answers are the fucking Bond cars. I mean, but
or the car that Dirty Harry drives in The Enforcer, when he fucking crashes through the window and wastes all the shitbags and shoots the one guy's balls off.
Dude, what are we even thinking? The magnum opus. Fucking Mad Max.
You mean what am I thinking of? The fucking cop car.
Yeah.
What is it called? The Interceptor.
The Interceptor, yeah.
Continue. I mean, we have a lot to get through.
Okay. Favorites. There we go. Nobody messes with Adam Wee says, goodbye, Gillette. Hello, Shipshack? Spishak?
Spishak.
Thoughts on BuzzFeed's hit piece on Count Dankula? Can you recommend any... Oh,
I'm sure it's every bit as credible as the one they just published on Trump. I'm sure. 100%. Didn't they call... What did they say about Dankula? He's a right-wing extremist or a Nazi or something? Like, ridiculous. BuzzFeed is just...
No, fuck them. I mean,
BuzzFeed is picking up right where Gawker left off.
Dude, I was about to say that.
And 100%, somebody with the money and the resources just needs to step in and go full Hulk Hogan on them.
Yeah,
that's what they need to do.
I mean, you got to start fighting back. This is what the same argument I had with PewDiePie. It's like, dude, just fucking, you got the money, fight back. Shut them up. I mean, once you pick one fight, the rest will stop.
Exactly.
Can you recommend any BattleTech lore introductory novels?
Yeah, I mean, the obvious one is Decision at Thunder Rift, because that is the introduction to the Grey Death Legion arc, and there's a bunch of those novels that will pull you into the initial BattleTech setting for certain, the whole Succession War period, and from there you can go pretty much anywhere. There's a whole series of those, though. The Grey Death Legion stuff by William Keith is all really, really good. There's also some kind of soft reboots in there. I mentioned MechWarrior Ghost of Winter is a good kind of standalone novel set during, I believe, the Clan era. So that's kind of a good little soft introduction. Some of those books, like the standalone ones, like Ideal War and stuff, or Bred for War, a lot of those are written to be just standalone novels. So you don't need any big introduction. They're great to just pick up and kind of plop into the world of Battletech. But Decision at Thunder Rift would probably be my recommendation for starting.
And Defcon says the Interceptor was a Falcon. Okay. Luis Corrales says Thunderbolt by Saxon is better than Firepower by Priest. Changed my mind.
I think Thunderbolt's awesome, but Saxon's the last several Saxon records have been great, but they've been a little samey. Judas Priest, I think, had better songwriting on Firepower. Saxon was, there's some great highlights, but there's also a lot of filler on it.
Serpent21 says, everyone lost their mind this week when Trump served fast food at the White House. Imagine if he served Chick-fil-A or Papa John's for maximum trolling.
That was such a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
He served KFC instead of Chick-fil-A. It's like, come on! Of course, what was it? Was it on a Sunday? That might explain it.
Yeah, I mean, who does that? It's like serving. I mean, what's next? Serving hot dogs at the White House or something?
This is my one great hurdle to being truly religious is believing in a God that allows Chick-fil-A to remain closed on Sundays.
Yeah. JSC Hong says, "Fuck that cunt, Steven Crowder. MJ was innocent."
Yeah, completely. Well, like I said, I didn't see the segment, so I can't really address. My feeling is he was probably just doing more or less a bit about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
If he wants to debate point by point, I would debate him any day on that subject.
Yes, and it would be respectful.
Because I 100% don't. Sorry about that. Had to let the doggy out. Let's see here.
But yeah, it would be a very, it would be a nice
Salute!
Debate. Oh, shit. I'm on the wrong screen. There we go. But yeah. Gulf City Helitours Fuego Roboto says, answer just the communists of insects. They belong outside the helicopter.
I'm sorry.
Little ant-sized helicopters. And he does the little helicopter emoji. That's great.
But no, as I was saying, I'd be willing to debate Crowder, and he knows that I would be respectful when I do it. But he's completely mistaken if he thinks that the evidence points to Michael Jackson being guilty. I mean, one of the most popular misconceptions, and I wish I had stressed this point a little bit more in my Michael Jackson rebuttal video, but one of the great misconceptions is the 2005 case might have been bullshit. Even though he was, he was exonerated in a court of law in 2005, so maybe that case was bullshit. But boy, that 1993 case, that was the one that got away. He was guilty then, and he just got away with it because he paid the family off. Well, first off, it was never a criminal case, which is one of the great big signs that the family just wanted money. In fact, they were approached by the state prosecutor in California to press criminal charges because he wanted to get Michael Jackson, Tom Sneddon, and they repeatedly refused.
The short answer is go watch RazörFist's video on it.
They approached Michael Jackson for money, and he said no. And it was only after that they filed a civil case. And that was what Michael Jackson settled, which is one of the reasons he was willing to settle, was because it wasn't a criminal case. If it had been a criminal case, you think he wouldn't have been able to settle. That's the whole thing. But here's the crucial fact. In 2005, when they did that court case, he technically was tried for both he was tried for the 1993 allegations as well as the 2005, which means he was exonerated of both allegations. And here's why: because the state of California has a ludicrous statute. It's incredibly pro-prosecution called 1108 evidence. And what it means is evidence of prior acts. And basically what it stipulates is when there's a court case that involves molestation of children, you are allowed to enter into evidence any previous example of anything that might be related to that behavior. So basically, they were able to enter the entire 1993 case into the 2005 case. Ridiculous, unconstitutional, but that's California for you. So not only did Michael Jackson win in the 2005 case, and in record time, might I add, the trial was scheduled for 6 months, and it only went 5. But he was exonerated not only of the 2005 allegations, but by connection, the 1993 allegations, because they were trying both at once. So that misconception, if Crowder repeated that false assertion, he would be wrong. Another problem, of course, is I assume he was mentioning this because of the movie, the documentary that's going to be coming out, which the two people who were involved in that, the two accusers, they haven't been named yet, but it's pretty obvious they're going to be Jimmy Safechuck and Wade Robson. And here's the crucial fact that I assume Crowder did not mention. Their case was thrown out. Not only was Jimmy Safechuck proven wrong in a court of law, I believe in 2005, he was tripped up by Tom Mesereau on the witness stand. He caught him in a lie. But in the most recent court case, Jimmy Safechuck and Wade Robson went in on one court case, and the judge fucking threw it out. So these are the guys, these are your credibility witnesses on the new fucking documentary. And to make matters worse, Wade Robson was one of the first people who was called to the witness stand in 2005 during that molestation case. And what did he say under oath? What did he put his hand on a Bible and say? Michael Jackson never touched me. So in order to believe Wade Robson, you have to not believe Wade Robson. You have to believe that he is a bald-faced liar. And he's already a proven liar because he said since then that he didn't even realize there was a Michael Jackson estate to sue. When people suggested he was doing it for money, he said, I didn't even realize there was a Michael Jackson estate.
End up in Japanese hell, a disgrace to your ancestors.
Well, about 2 years ago or something, he was caught on camera talking about the Michael Jackson estate before the lawsuit, before he filed the lawsuit. So he has a history of credibility problems. Sorry for that long-winded aside, but, you know, you get me talking about Michael Jackson, you're gonna get a bit of a tome.
And Lightspeed Legato says, I'm late to the party. Did I miss the Sabaton joke? He missed like 3.
Yeah.
They're coming. We can't leave the pilot like that. Destroy it before it causes more casualties.
Whoa, what is this? Oh, nice! Oh, daddy like. Oh, I like this weapon here. Heavy machine gun. Yeah! This game is so fucking boss. Good shit. He needs to tell these voice actors less is more. How can less be more? More is more.
Have you made up your mind to become a soldier?
Being a soldier is awesome.
Being a soldier is awesome.
But you will be disappointed by the amount of the death gratuity.
Uh-oh.
If we don't destroy the pylons, the monsters will take over the city!
Space Peens!
Fill the city with monsters, but we won't let that happen. Destroy the pylons and stop the enemy's plan.
Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go! This gun is my girlfriend.
Sounds like somebody needs to move over.
Jesus! Oh! The simple joys of rocketing the living shit out of giant spiders. Come on!
Pylons coming down!
More? There's always a bigger dick. Oh, there we go. Weapon! 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 We really need that fucking Get Weapon song from Mega Man 3 as a fucking notification. We really do.
Today, EDF made a shocking announcement. According to EDF, the flying objects
There are only two genders.
are spaceships of an extraterrestrial civilization. EDF also made
According to EDF, EDF is going to be said another 20 times over the course of this EDF sentence, EDF.
The data record was so shocking that everyone at the press conference, including journalists, were speechless. Now,
Speechless journalist. Good one. Tell me another.
EDF headquarters, and it's chaotic on the scene.
And as an
According to
aside,
journalists, the giant space peen had golden showers in a Moscow hotel.
Unbelievable.
I'm totally fine. I saw the
Come on, Gatling gun. There we go. Nice.
Let's do it.
We'll survive.
Ugh. Subtlety like a sledgehammer.
save me!
I'm
the
not
aliens are causing acid attacks everywhere.
Now, if we could get these aliens a machete, and God forbid they find a van. Giant spiders start performing clitorectomies.
Female spider genital mutilation. God, that's horrifying. Why did I say that?
Come on. Got it! Here we go. Get that weapon.
Take you to a safe place.
Enough with the comforting.
Now there are numerous people crowding at the EDF headquarters, and it's chaotic on the scene.
They're fleeing from the purple spider jism.
Citizens have gathered here. There are People questioning the announcement, asking about EDF's plans or seeking protection. We can hear requests turning into yelling everywhere.
Sergeant, assign troops to protect the civilians. Take them to safety.
Sweet. Do the safety dance.
Woo!
Sweet.
Thought Criminal says, Kotaku, EDF are Nazis. Leave our space brothers alone. Oh, God.
He was a good space spider. He was about to graduate from college.
Oh, yeah.
He just took that box of cigars by accident. And tripped and fell and pushed the cashier.
James Bursey donates again and says, Razor Low T, please describe the government shutdown as Hank Hill and Dale Gribble. Here we go.
Describe it.
Short sentences.
Well, you see, Hank. when the government shuts down, less people get killed. Falcon, reopen the government, do a barrel roll, and then return to my hand.
I don't mean to press the senators, but these are extenuating circumstances.
Well, then we're going to tell you all.
Senator Graham, I can see your whatnots.
Dang old government.
I cannot do a Boomhauer.
I can't either, but I just mumbled
some shit. I can't do a goddamn Boomhauer.
Let's see. Achievement unlocked. Sexual Tyrannosaurus mocked Gillette Soy Boy. Clay donated $5, but doesn't say anything. Thank you very much.
Says you're a heretic.
Brazier says, "Hey Razor, what's your opinion on the retro wave genre?"
Fun, a little bit samey sometimes, but good. I like it.
Dance with the Dead.
I've liked it since, kind of started around 2010ish, and I've been listening to it about that long.
Dance with the Dead, Carpenter Brute, Laserhawk, etc. Personally, I can't get enough of it. Laserhawk's awesome.
I love Laserhawk. I wish they would make more stuff.
Markot says, which hyper lefty was all offended video games never focus on men's asses?
That would be Sarkeesian.
I don't even keep track of these psychos anymore.
Yeah,
I don't deal with psychos.
That would be that would be Sarkeesian. Oh my goodness. Did that say blade?
Yes.
Did I get a blade? Yes, I did.
Cut him.
I got a goddamn Buster Sword.
Uzi Patrol.
I may have to do one more just so I get to do the fucking Buster Sword.
Uzi Patrol says, what metal song would pair well with this game?
Oh, shit. What would pair with it? You need something sci-fi-ish.
We had this problem at the start of the stream trying to choose something.
Mm-hmm. Oh! Monster Man by Accept. Boom!
There you go.
Pow!
Vlad the Kebab Remover says, howdy, Razor and T-Goose. Since you like The Shadow, who would you like to see write his comics in the future?
Well, it's looking like Michael Uslan is going to be writing the next comic. Michael Uslan put out a status on Facebook the other day saying, if everything goes well, it's possible he will be writing a Shadow comic before the end of the year. Michael Uslan, he might not be super familiar to a lot of you. Michael Uslan is the guy who has been in charge of the Batman movies since the first one. So he's a big Batman guy, but he's an even bigger Shadow fan. He wrote, in terms of comics, he wrote the comic Masks, which was the one where it was the big crossover between the Shadow, Zorro, the Green Hornet, the Avenger, Doc Savage, like a bunch of those guys all came together. The old pulp Avengers, and a few new characters too, Noir. they all came together, the Spider, and formed kind of a pulp hero team. And it's a good comic. The first one especially is really good. And the first issue, Alex Ross painted it. And he also did the Shadow Green Hornet crossover, Dark Knights. So I'm looking forward to that. He writes a really good Shadow comic, and I think he'll do really well. You just need to pair him with a really good artist. And that's the trick, because I thought the artist on the last Shadow comic sucked a dick.
Also, how does Taryn like his coffee? Long and black? No, just cream. Lots of cream all over my face. What?
What?
Payday says, thank you for introducing me to Motorhead via Metal Mythos. I love the band and find the music perfect for powering through frustrating boss fights. Nice.
I like how your voice cracked there for emphasis. Quitties.
Carl says, I thought Razor already did a daily podcast on current events and occultist literature?
Yeah, no.
No. Uzi Patrol says, what other pop acts do you like besides the King of Pop?
I mean, it depends on your definition of pop, but I like Peter Gabriel, he's probably a little bit more of like a new wave kind of a guy, but he'd be considered pop. I'm a big fan of Peter Gabriel.
Okay. Daisy Ridley's acting talent says, opinions on the band The Darkness.
Hot, salty garbage. Hot, salty, festering garbage. And there's a great story. Lemmy did not, like, he was a pretty classy guy. He didn't tend to throw people under the bus. But Lemmy hated the fucking singer from The Darkness. Hated his fucking guts. And wrote a fucking song about him on Motorizer called Teach You How to Sing the Blues. Read those fucking lyrics. He wrote it all about him. How he's such a fucking poser, and he thinks he's like rock royalty now. Apparently what happened was Lemmy was chilling at the Rainbow, and somebody walked up to him and told him, hey, you know, what is that fucking guy's name? The singer from The Darkness? I forget what his name is. But he, Lemmy told a story about this. It's in an interview. Walked up to Lemmy and somebody walked up to him and said, hey, you know, this guy's here. And he's like, yeah, so? And he's like, well, you know, he's like hot shit and whatever. He's like, you should go introduce yourself. He's like, no, if he wants me, I'll be over here at the fucking video poker machine. And sure enough, he eventually came over, and he just could not have been more of a fucking conceited prick. Thought he was hot shit. This was like right after the one hit that The Darkness had, Thing Called Love or whatever the fuck. And so he was like cruising high. And then the great thing was Lemmy saw him a few years later at the Rainbow, and his career had totally bottomed out, and The Darkness didn't matter for shit. And Lemmy basically gloated right in his fucking face. Oh, it was great. You gotta watch the interview. It was classic. He hated that fucking guy.
Right. Mercenary X21 says, we in San Diego hate LA, San Fran, and Sacramento more than everyone else in America combined. I would support them falling into the sea, but I don't want to pollute the sea forever.
Right. I'd feel bad for the sea.
Dare to Sin says, love your
stuff. Of course, in San Diego, I think sea is spelled S-I.
Dare to Sin donates 10 and says, love your stuff, keep it going. Cool, thank you. And Grave Digger donate. Oh wait, that was the big one. He adds $2 more and says, forgot to add, do you like Sabaton? Motherfucker.
It's a fantastic piece of armor.
Did you say you wanted to do one more?
Well, finish up if you can.
I don't think I can. It's gonna be a while. Do you want to push through them all, or what do you want to do?
Yeah, we've been going for 3.5 hours almost.
All right, we'll push through here. Movie Bob's Taylor says, I was shocked to see the Nimrods over on R. Alice Cooper overwhelmingly consider Raise Your Fist and Yell Alice's worst album.
Yeah, the thing about a lot of Alice Cooper fans is they're fucking morons. It's far and away Alice's most consistent album, and it's far and away the album that is thematically, stylistically, in terms of just song quality, the most consistent of his career. Much better than Constrictor, which a lot of Alice Cooper fans love, and just isn't that good of an album at all. There's some good stuff on it. It has some highlights, but Constrictor is really lopsided, and Trash is very aptly titled. So no. I'm not surprised. There's a lot of Alice Cooper fans that have horrendous taste in Alice Cooper.
And is that really the consensus among most Alice fans? It's one of my favorites.
Wouldn't say most. I would not say most. You also have to consider the fucking venue. It's Reddit. A lot of those, air quotes, Alice Cooper fans are really like reformed fucking Bowie fans. You know, people who really like the theatrical classic 70s shit because it's a short walk from the hipster-humping Bowie bullshit that they normally listen to. So, which is apropos, because Bowie ripped off Alice's whole shtick.
Grendel says, I feel for Britain, but what are they gonna do? They let their government disarm them, and then they have no recourse when they get buggered.
Unfortunately, yeah. And this is an object lesson for other countries that have the right to bear arms, which there are quite a few. Don't surrender it.
Yeah.
Don't give an inch, because eventually you're gonna want that leverage, if nothing else. The UK doesn't have it right now. The people don't. So they're going to have to get really creative to get what they want here.
Danny Numero 6 says, favorite Bay Area thrash band?
I just said what it was.
Favorite Bay Area thrash band?
Yes. Forbidden.
Okay. WB says, Alice Cooper Mythos Win.
Oh, Heathen is another good one, too.
Alice Cooper Mythos Win. Also, how do we get all these damn Mexicans out of the country? Fun dice.
Catapult?
There we go.
No, Dennis Miller. I love the Dennis Miller joke where he's like, we don't need to build a wall. No, he was talking about how Mexico is officially, believe it or not, and this is actually true statistically, the fattest country in the world now is Mexico. It's not the U.S. And then he said, you know what that means? We are officially too lazy to be the fattest country in the world. But he's like, we shouldn't build a wall. We should build a slowly and imperceptibly curving buffet line that starts at the Rio Grande and just arcs right back around to Tijuana. They get to the end of the fucking buffet line, and then you just hip check them on back to Mexico. Everybody's happy. Everybody's full. It's a win-win. And I agree. I think that's I think he's onto something there.
All right, let's. I guess we'll do this last mission and then finish off all the questions.
Oh, you want to do it now?
Or no? I mean, this is gonna take a while.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I'm the ally of...
I'll take you to a safe place, this time for sure.
We can all get a rest once we get there.
I can fight no more. First, I will have a nice meal. And...
Shush! I think I heard something.
Shush! Oh, shit.
It's a trap!
Let me estimate. Ready to shoot! This place is insane! More dangerous than before! Closer! Approach!
the enemy is closing in.
Fucking hell!
Skin is so tough! The bullet just...
Oh, it's fire ants?
Our attack is ineffective.
It's them!
Monsters. This is hopeless.
What would you say is your favorite of those old giant monster movies? Not
Them.
Not necessarily. You would say them?
Yeah, I love them. It's one of the ones that I own.
Just shoot the monster dead.
Did you ever see the giant Gila monster?
No, that's one I haven't. I have to look that up again.
It's hilarious. I think they use an iguana in it. I don't even think they use a Gila monster. which is hilarious.
Well, you can't. They're dangerous. They're poisonous. It's not like people back then knew the difference.
Yeah, no shit.
Who are against this decision are confronting the police.
Uh-oh. That is a whole lot of red dots on the radar.
Holy shit.
Oh. Christ and a cocksock. Holy fucking what? What do you hit to escape the pincers again?
Fire.
Oh, you just fire? Okay. Just say we have to save Western civilization. We're breaking the programming!
With bullets.
With I'm a man! I like red meat! And I'm coming!
Unfortunately, it's all real. This is an official statement. We have made contact with an extraterrestrial civilization, and the Earth is being invaded by it. Attention, everyone. This is the Chief Commander.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking ants giant!
There is nowhere safe on Earth. The Earth is turning into a battlefield now. I hope all of you are prepared and ready to stand on the front line.
Well, we don't really have a choice.
Yeah, not really.
I think you've already figured it out yourself.
There's nowhere safe. Too bad.
Come on. In a situation like this, we all get it.
Is that how it is?
I'm a throwback. I'm setting fires everywhere. I like to have children.
I like to fight.
There we go. That's a good one to leave it off on. Why don't you sit here and scroll through these and just push through them real fast?
Oh! Okay, here we go. What are we on last? Okay, Richard Slammer, hey Razor and Taryn, just heard you talk about your new podcast. Great, you're letting your sexier side out. I'm sure the hentai anime podcast you're doing will be absolutely amazing. P.S. Depths of DS9 return when? Yeah, like I've said, the first 3 episodes are already recorded. I just need to edit them. So whenever I'm ready, I'll probably edit all of them at once, and then I'll sort of release them at week intervals. So, a Sojourner, thoughts on Susan Rice et al. Being questioned at last about Benghazi. Yeah, like, in the fucking nick of time. Just in time for it not to fucking matter. Boy, it's a good thing Romney didn't press that, huh? It's a real good thing. We might have gotten to the bottom of something. Daisy Ridley's acting talent.
What is the deal with Tonka Song?
I don't know, what is the deal with fucking Tonka Twat?
I don't actually know, if you're asking.
Nor do I, which made it all the more bizarre that he fucking took shots. I have no fucking clue. Let's see here. I know the guy is so fucking thin, he needs a spotter to bench press a Sharpie. I know that. Fucking... Where are we? Okay, what one was I on? Hold on. Cultist literature, we already did that. Aha! Ethan Long, Saitama made it look so easy. I don't know what the fuck that is. Andrea Jovanovic, apparently the reason why Mumkey Jones was booted off Twitter was that YouTube was getting pressure to ban him from the FBI, who thought that Mumkey was an incel and therefore a threat to national security. Kill me. Where'd you hear that one from, bro?
That's a weird one.
That is a little out there. Andrea Jovanovic again. Why are there no recent Western movies? Would you like to see more, or do you think the well is dry? There's actually quite a few new Western movies. Unfortunately, they're all shitty pastiche, fucking Tarantino, basically parodies, essentially. Quasi-plagiaristic parodies.
Can we just point out here for a second, the dude with the remote grenade launcher?
Yeah.
It says maintenance on his back.
No shit. That is a kick-ass janitor right there. That's some groundskeeper Willie shit right there. But no, there's quite a few Western movies. I would recommend... Actually, there's a few pretty cool Euro Westerns. There's a neat... Is it a Dutch Western? The Salvation, which we've talked about for a few weeks. And there's another really good one that's, I think, German, called The Dark Valley, that I saw recently that fucking kicks ass. That's a really good one. What else? Aha! JSC Hong, Razor. Is it true you recently became a father? No. No, it's not. David NS80. Where the fuck did you get that from? David NS84. Do you think that deplatforming might be a blessing in disguise since it's forcing alt media to build platforms that don't depend on big media? It would have been better to avoid it altogether, but long term, we might be better off. Well, yeah, I think we should have been on this from the beginning, to be perfectly honest. Depending on the platforms made by these giant tech conglomerates was always going to end in tragedy. Because your politics differ so much from the gatekeepers, essentially. But I agree on some level, but obviously saying, isn't it like a blessing in disguise, is... It's kind of another way of saying, like, isn't it a blessing in disguise that you got fucking mugged by 8 dudes and almost died because you later had to learn martial arts? You know what I mean? Like, no, not so much. I think I'd rather I didn't have my ass kicked. Critical Char 011. Thank you for your answer to my tough question on who is the most underrated figure in Western history. George Mason. I'm ordering A Reluctant Statesman, a book on his life. Godspeed. Rock on, RazörFist Force. Rock on to you, sir. Real reasons. Tonka may have forged a notary stamp while changing his name to avoid fighting Warski. He may be spending 10+ years in prison for forging a notary stamp? I don't know. Unless... I don't think it technically counts as a forgery unless it's like some kind of legally binding document, but I could be wrong. I have no fucking idea. I don't know anything about that drama. I just know that a year ago, I fucking called it on the whole Bloodsports thing, just eating itself alive. And now here it is a year later, and they're literally challenging each other to fucking cage matches and fist fights and shit. I wasn't aware karma could travel at light speed, but apparently it can. Let's see here. As Serpent21, why is Pelosi Speaker of the House and not Scott Steiner? You see, at the State of the Union, you got a 15 and 2/3 chance at best of not getting the wall. JSC Hong, please play Team Fortress 2. Razor as sniper, Terran as medic. That sounds like a recipe for success. Andrea Jovanovic again. There desperately needs to be an Earth Defense Force VR game. I concur. Also, I wish you were the 4th member of Deep Fat Fried. That way, when they spout anti-Trump propaganda, you can put those faggots back in line. God fucking speed. Well, I'm not always on Trump's side. I mean, I mentioned in my shutdown video, I think Trump could have handled the whole reason we're at this impasse is because Trump didn't push the issue before the midterms. He should have. I understand the establishment rhinos were pressuring him to put off the vote on the wall until after the midterms, but I think it actually blew up in everyone's face. So, you know, he's not perfect. I have issues with Trump, but, you know, I think the good outweighs the bad, and certainly I'm more satisfied with Trump than any other president of recent memory. Let's see here. Hazel Motes? Razor, do you like the band Killing Joke? I do. I like them a lot. Mr. Sofa King, I typically disagree with your views on the public domain. That being said, I just saw Holmes and Watson. It was ass. Fuck me, you were right. That's the thing, like, I understand copyright law is very exploitable and people aren't real high on it, but I'll say this. At least with copyright law, there's some kind of commissary incentive for companies to maintain at least minimal quality control. Even if the movies are shit, like, and by that I mean, like, exploitative Michael Bay explosions bullshit, there's at least an incentive to keep the movies minimally pretty and, like, have relatively high production values and things like that. Like, this kind of minimal level of quality control is largely a function of copyright law, because they have to at least be presentable. You know, Total Recall, for example, was distilled dog shit, right? The remake, I mean. But at least it was pretty dog shit. Let's see here. JSC Hong, what do you call fried roadkill? Critter fritters. Welcome from the south. Eyes of the Wolf 101. What's going on with Trump's Attorney General pick being anti-gun? Yeah, I don't know about that. That's another thing, speaking of things I disagree with Trump on. The bump stock ban. I have to disagree with. And not so much because I think bump stocks are so fucking great. I don't really give a shit about bump stocks personally. But, look, the Gatling gun was I believe the Gatling gun existed when the fucking Second Amendment was drafted and initially being enforced. The Founding Fathers were aware of the advancements in firearm technology. They were absolutely unbending and unremitting in their commitment to having the public have access to any and all, not just firearms, but military armaments. You were allowed to have your own... They allowed citizens to use their naval frigates to aid the American army in repelling the British invasion. So I think they would have been fine with a fucking bump stock, personally. Rat Tail Tony, do you consider Van Halen metal? I think they have... Yeah, some of their earlier stuff I would consider metal.
I think you've had this question before, haven't you?
It's like arena metal. It's a little more rock-oriented, I agree. It's not, like, super metallic or anything. Dario, a bunch of numbers. Do you know much about Jesse Ventura's term as senator? If so, what are your views? You mean as governor? I like some of the things that he did. From what I understand, he cut a lot of non-essential government positions. But at the same time, Jesse Ventura's got this bullshit undercurrent of, like, he loves a good nanny state. He's way into unions. He's way into powerful unions. And unions that promise you the world, which of course means they can take the world from you. In the immortal words of Barry Goldwater, a government large enough to give you everything you could ever want is large enough to take it all away. And Jesse Ventura doesn't seem to fucking get that.
One of the things...
I respect Jesse Ventura. I can disagree with him and still respect him because he is committed to his principles, if nothing else, and I dig that.
One of the things I really liked that he did was he cut a lot of useless laws out of the books.
Yeah.
Like, the whole law was...
heard about that.
Where he'd do it, like, once a month. He would take a useless law off the books. Like, one was, like, you couldn't have bingo night on Sunday or some shit.
Stupid. There's a lot of antiquated state laws like that.
Yeah.
And I wish more governors would go through and fucking nix some of that bullshit. All right. Howling Fang 6258. What do the IRS and rubbers have in common? Both stand for inflation, alt productivity, cover up a bunch of pricks, and people can see right through them.
You're letting me loose?
That gray area. Will Pinkos go bonkers if Ginsburg dies soon? They will come out of their fucking skin. If you think the Women's March has reached new and exciting levels of shrill, you have seen nothing yet. You will see the Women's March go full fucking Antifa. Yeah, it'll be fucking pink block. Goob! On behalf of all Star Trek fans in your audience, I have one question. When the fuck is Depths of DS9 returning? Oh, I answered that already. Draco Solar, now the world will never run out of grape jelly. JSC Hong, thanks for getting me back into Black Sabbath. Their music helps me with my poetry. Paranoid and Snowblind are my fave. Might learn bass just to play them. Bitchin'. Good luck with that, though, because Geezer Butler's a damn good bassist, and very technically accomplished, actually. Pragmatic culture. If Pat Buchanan were 50 years younger, would you run him as a successor to Trump for 2024? Yeah, Pat Buchanan was like the advanced scout for Trump. Trump basically has Pat Buchanan's entire platform from 2000. I remember vividly, man. I don't know if you remember the 2000 election, but I remember when Pat Buchanan ran, the kind of shit they said about Pat Buchanan. Like, he's a full-blown Nazi. He's got Nazi armbands. Like, they hit him. One of the reasons they keep hitting Trump with Nazi is because they hit Pat Buchanan with it in 2000, and it worked. And here's a great piece of irony. Trump was initially going to run on the reform ticket, but as soon as he heard about Pat Buchanan being involved, he wrote a great big missive where he said, I don't wish to be associated with these people. They're too right-wing and extreme for me, and I don't wish to be associated with it, which is hilarious. You know, the David Dukes thing, how many times did Princess Cruz and how many times did CNN and Hillary Clinton demand that Trump disavow David Dukes? He disavowed David Dukes all the way back in 2000 when he was going to run for president. He wrote that great big treatise about not wanting to be associated with Pat Buchanan or David Dukes. That was why he left the Reform Party to begin with. Let's see here. Blast Action, were you a fan of Sandman Mystery Theater? Not really. Not especially. I'm not a big Sandman guy. Marquad, space spiders commit less crime than humans. Vlad the Kebab Remover. By the way, I forgot to ask, you heathens like Sabaton? Choose wisely. Stealth Creations. LA Teachers Union advocates for illegals, then complains of overcrowded classrooms in Monday strike. Glad the shutdown can show us their true colors. No
Who is your daddy,
shit.
and what does he do?
I loved that sign that guy was holding where it's like, I'd rather be teaching. It's like, they were offered a huge raise to go back to work. They were offered a huge... I mean, it's California. Like, California has ever turned down an opportunity to spend shitloads of money on education. California teachers are paid pretty well, honestly. They are above the median income in this country, by quite a bit, in fact. So it's just the Red for Ed movement, which should have been stamped out, man. The right should have stood unified. We should have memed the living shit out of Red for Ed. But because Red for Ed started in Arizona, it was like the nation wasn't interested in it. And man, should you be regretting that right now. Because Red for Ed opened the door for all this dog shit. And now Red for Ed is in multiple fucking states. It's a huge impetus behind this California teachers strike. It's happening in Virginia now. It's happening in fucking Alabama. It's happening in multiple states, and you are going to rue the day you did not speak up about Red for fucking Ed. Yeah, fucking Doug Ducey never should have given in to Red for Ed. And if you... I mean, for fuck's sake, the Red for Ed thing ushered in our new education secretary here in Arizona, who has ties to the fucking Communist Party USA! Jesus! Anyways. Patrick Star 24.
You guys need propane and propane accessories. Butane is a bastard gas.
Dustin Eaton. Thoughts on Sebastian Gorka calling out Acosta? I didn't see that. So I'm not familiar with any of that. Wes Lindstrom, could you possibly do album mythos videos for bands with influential works in largely questionable discographies, i.e. Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil? I don't think Motley Crue's discography is that questionable. They have some good stuff. I thought Girls, Girls, Girls was serviceable. Theater of Pain is underrated. Dr. Feelgood, kind of overplayed, but there's some good stuff on it. And the first two are just flat-out fucking heavy metal classics. But, the later stuff, even Saints of Los Angeles, I thought was okay, even though it was obviously just a repurposed 6 a.m. album. But, I'm not as down on Motley Crue as a lot of other people are. Except for fucking Vince Neil. Did you see that motherfucker?
No, what happened?
Fucking, he's the size of a house.
Oh god, yeah, that picture that was going around. Yeah, I saw
Motherfucker
that.
should be singing "Shout at the Deviled Eggs." Fucking Jesus. Let's see here. Did Thy Raven Wings? Did Cole Phelps ever solve the mystery of the pocket lint? Did we ever get to the end of that case? I can't remember. I think we did. We did. We got to the end of that case. Yeah, go watch it. The case of the missing Cosby wallet. Debonair Nerd, a follow-up to my Razor Blade merchandise idea. First Blade asks Whisker, who's your daddy and what does he do? Second Blade prevents sterling growth. Third Blade sends neckbeard to Japanese hell. Fourth Blade wishes follicles God effing speed. Godspeed. Whoa, wait. Shit. I skipped there. Max Levin, hey gents, say something to cheer me up. I live in Sweden. Ah, fuck. Your gun rights are pretty good, actually. Sweden has pretty good gun rights.
I mean, they are starting to crack down on all those grenade gangs. That's good, right?
That's good. But in the meantime, you have the acid attacks to keep you warm.
Oh.
They really warm the cockles. And the sub-cockles, and the sub-cockles. Mercenary X21, the Monkey Jones FBI think is no joke. I can confirm that this happened. I heard a Dick Masters on live stream and someone from the FBI called in. I looked up the seminar he talked about, and it was this feminist who did a lecture and pointed out videos. Okay. Bear Squash. Godspeed, RazörFist. You have touched on all the topics that I had a question for, but here is some shekels nonetheless. Laheim. A Sojourner. Your thoughts on Antifa's attacks on the AfD in Germany. Will this hasten Merkel's exit as Chancellor? I think this is kind of symptomatic of the fact that the yellow vest thing is kind of crossing over a bit. You know, this is one of the great unspoken things about the yellow vest syndicate, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. It's not just a right-wing thing, and in some places it's not even mostly a right-wing thing. It's totally across-the-aisle kind of thing, which is interesting, and I think that's why it's going to be... Like I talked about, there was a question a few weeks back. Somebody asked, what would World War III look like, right? And rather eerily, this was before the yellow vest thing happened. I said, I think it would not be nation-states against nation-states like World War I and World War II were. I think it would actually be globalists versus, you know, statists, you know, states' rights people who wanted to be independent.
Civil wars everywhere.
That's what I would think. It would actually be a bunch of concurrent civil wars that would wind up congealing in unified purpose, and it would wind up becoming like half of one country versus half of another country, in a weird way. And then the yellow vest thing happened, and now it's spreading to other countries. And I'm not like predicting that's what's going to happen, but I'm saying it's a little eerie because it's more or less exactly what I predicted there. That's what I think a World War III would look like.
Stop predicting bad things.
Yeah, I should probably cut that out. Best Way Kill It. Now that the dust is settled, you have an album of the year for 2018. Oh yeah. Immortal.
Ooh.
Fucking the new Immortal album is just, it fucking eviscerates.
Good
It's
choice.
Unbelievable. Such a fucking incredible comeback. Not that the previous albums were bad. I mean, All Shall Fall was a great record. The new Abath album was really, really good. And, you know, Sons of Northern Darkness, and I love Damned in Black. I know a lot of Immortal fans don't, but, like, fucking hell, that new Immortal album is just a beast! So that would be my album of the year for 2018, and I believe that sews it up.
Hope your back gets better, Full-Time Fader.
That sews it up for this edition of RazörFist Arcade Alive. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us here as we wasted some fucking ants and escorted some aliens back to the other side of the fucking space wall. For Terran Gal, I am RazörFist. God fucking speed.